Good morning, people. It is Monday, the 26th of June. Welcome to TDA, the day after, the home of popular culture as decided by you, the culture. And as always, we are brought to you by the best. Please introduce yourself.
They call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, and of course, the melanin is jam-packed.
And I'm your boy, Big Mark from the east side of the bridge, 6 foot plus of pure temptation and all that good stuff. Happy Monday. Good morning. Everybody all right?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain. Well, actually, I can a bit.
Why?
Hay fever, man. I thought I was winning, but yesterday it kind of hit me. You know what I mean? It just gave me a wild left hook that I didn't see coming.
Has there been like national health warnings about the pollen levels?
I don't think so, you know.
So how come you are just extra down bad this year?
No, sorry. The pollen levels, yes. In fact, yeah, we spoke about it on the show. Yeah, they did say the pollen levels this year has been crazy.
It's like a new strain or something?
I feel like there is, man. Because like people who ain't even never had hay fever have got hay fever this year.
You should put you on lock. You should have to go to lockdown.
I wouldn't even mind. If they give us a furlough as well, then I wouldn't mind that, you know.
Just people with hay fever, lockdown. No furlough though.
Nah, man, that's discrimination. How are you?
I'm all right, you know. I'm cool, man. Had a chilled weekend. Nice weather and that.
Mm-hmm.
Baking. Don't know how long it's going to last for.
Mm.
Do you check the weather reports?
Somewhat, sometimes.
So do you know like what the week's going to be like?
I think today is going to be a lot cooler. I think it's going to be down like is it like between 7 and 10 degrees, I think, compared to yesterday. But yeah, I don't know about the rest of the week yet.
Oh, no. Every day's a risk. I just wake up in the morning and just see where I'm going. I'll never know what the weather's going to be like.
So you don't ever check?
I don't know what this week's looking like.
Mm.
Does it matter? It's either going to be hot or it's going to be cold, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Then again, in this country, it could be both in the said week. What's that? What's this looking
100%.
like? 22, 26, 20, 20. Not much rain. That's what I was going to say. It's all right. I don't need to check. It's there and thereabouts. So in the summer now, do you reckon it's going to last?
I feel like we're going to get a hot July. But from August, it's going to start tailing off, I think.
You think?
Yeah, I think so.
I've had decent weather on my birthday the last few years, you know.
Actually, probably middle of August start tailing off, I think.
The last at least the last two, I've had decent weather on my birthday, I think. And usually it's always raining.
Oh, is it?
Slightly, yeah. Usually it's always raining on my birthday.
Okay. To be fair, like the whole world is getting hotter, man. Global warming and that, so.
They're trying to tell you. Extinction Rebellion. They've been trying to tell you.
They're making it worse, man.
You think?
Somehow. They need to be blamed for something, man. They're not serious. There's no planning. There's just disruption.
Awareness, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't the 30-degree days make you think about Extinction Rebellion?
Nah, makes me think about home. I love the sun, man.
Yeah, it's lit still.
Yeah.
I think we need to start apologizing when it is that we start late. I think we need to start apologizing to the people when it is that we start late. It's not always going to be like this, but sometimes there's traffic and stuff, so you can't start unless people are in the building. But it's not always going to be like this, people.
Why are they complaining?
Yeah.
Let me see that.
And I know you
Never
don't
knows.
care, man. But
We're here, innit? Like,
just like the morning show, people wake up.
I wake up. I'm awake at 6 a.m. every day.
What I'm saying is that people not in the studio wake up to hear the news. Do you understand? So if it is, there is no morning show, the day hasn't started.
Yes, it's just extra time. Just get you more time to get your mind right. You get me, like. You know what I'm trying to say? The extra 10, 15 minutes. Make sure the cup of tea's there, or make sure the laptop's open, or you know what I'm trying to say? It just gives you more.
Consistently, yeah?
Huh?
Consistently.
What do you mean consistently?
They can't always now look at us as it's always going to start at this time. That's bad practice.
Yeah, that's true. We got to be better, man.
Anyway, you don't have to apologize. I'm apologizing. You don't have to fall in the sword at all.
No, I'm just saying, man, we got to be better, man. We should change it to starts between 8 and 8:30. Nah, let's just do that. Anyway, we'll work it out. It'll be cool. You'll be all right, man. You ain't going nowhere. You should be at work and thing anyway, so I don't even know what man's moaning about. Sorry, Brett.
That's all right. That's cool. Like I said, I would just apologize. You don't have to say anything because I know you don't want to. That's all right.
We've got a question of the day.
So the question of the day was submitted by a friend of the show. His name is Anthony, and he goes by Urban TV UK in the chat.
Okay, I see him.
Yeah.
Big up, Ants. So his question is, can we reach our full potential if we only hang with people of shared cultures, backgrounds, tastes, and goals?
Yes and no. Some of those, like same backgrounds, no. If we're talking background in terms of like area, environment like that, I don't think so. Culture.
Why don't you think so?
Huh?
Why don't you think so?
Because a lot of the time we're limited to what we know. Like we've got the exact same experience. You know what I'm saying? It varies slightly, parents or whatever it may be. But there's a limit to what we know. Like, you know what I'm saying? You need to kind of go outside of your surroundings to kind of see the world. You know what I'm saying? Like even, this may sound a bit weird coming from me. A lot of the time, especially with black people, our default is, the world is racist, or racist. Some white people just don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? They're not racist necessarily. They just don't care. And you kind of need to go out into the world to know that. It's not everyone just hating you. Some people really just don't acknowledge that you're there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying there is a difference though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I think sometimes you kind of need to go out of your surroundings, definitely. Culture, I don't necessarily believe so. I think culture, you can excel. When I say culture, I'm talking about, I shouldn't really conflate the two, but I'm kind of talking about race. You know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily believe you need to interact with other races to reach your full potential. I don't believe that at all. What's the other one? Okay, if you hang around people with the same tastes and goals, probably. Again, it depends on the type of person you are and what you want out of life, I guess. But if you have the same goals, then I think sometimes, not always, but sometimes you may have the same type of techniques to attain those goals. You know what I'm saying? But if you were able to mix with people from different parts of the world, wherever they have different goals, there may be some transferable skills that you can learn from interacting with those people to then enhance what you do to reach your goal, if that makes sense. So yeah, man.
All right, fantastic. Mags?
Maybe, yeah. If you only hang with the same cultures, backgrounds, tastes, and goals. Well, if they got the same goals as well, then there's nothing stopping you from being successful, if that makes sense. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, working backwards now, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah, 100%, I agree.
Yeah, and also, if you have the same background, taste, and culture, then you might have more expertise in a certain demographic. So then you could just be super successful within that demographic
100%.
and reach your full potential. So maybe it's not always about branching out. You get me? You could just be well versed in your thing and be super successful in it. So I think you can. I would be of the mindset that it's probably better to be well-rounded and meet people from all different cultures and backgrounds and tastes and stuff like that, because I'd like to form a bigger picture of what's going on around me. You get
I
me?
like the take on the whole background stuff because that was counter to what Emmanuel said, right? Because when you said it, I thought about Tyler Perry. But then I kind of lent into what Emmanuel maybe meant, in addition to what he said, because after a while, he would have been mixing with other cultures and other people from different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So one could say that both of them are true, I guess.
That's true.
But it's a good example, to be honest. Because as soon as he said it, I was like, Tyler Perry. Yeah, he just focused on black and creating stories on the black experience within that particular background.
It's
and it propelled him.
Yeah, and you stick to what you know, you do it well enough, and you can.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Lovely. All right, cool. That was a beautiful question. Thank you very much. Any Love Island?
I mean, yeah, but
Chitter-chatter?
how am I going to chitter-chat about myself?
They're dying for it. Dying for it. And Esther wanted to come in, but, she's no longer works with us. so.
Can't she phone me or something? You know the wickedest thing? Love Island was decent yesterday. Yeah, it was decent, man.
I heard Steph London called Mehdi homosexual.
People are crazy, I see some girl, quote tweet the clip of Steph London saying that, or quote tweet. Was it the clip or someone saying like, oh, she's never gonna go on ITV again, and someone quote tweeted it talking about, I really hate cancel culture and I can't stand cancel culture, and I'm thinking, do you really? Are you not sick in your head? Like, don't you cool? There's cancel culture, but some things are just better left unsaid. In this day and age that we're living in, you went on the big people them's platform, and try to talk about, I don't even know if he likes gal, he's giving fruity or something like that. What?
So it's
ain't it Pride Month or something?
It's at the end.
Pride Month.
Taylor did it. Big send off. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Good morning. I've definitely quit, but I just thought I heard Marcus crying.
This S in the building,
Oh, listen, Steph is going to get off complaints because that was wild. You cannot do that. That was Twitter ban too far.
I don't understand how people don't understand that she can't do that. She's sick in her head. Ain't she supposed to be promoting like a new single? Ain't she got that I like to move it tune?
Oh man,
that's kind of like a gay anthem, isn't it?
Maybe. Well, they ain't gonna be no more, boy. They're gonna boycott that one.
That's the thing. She's gonna have to. Nah, she's definitely. She's silly for that. I can't believe she did that.
That was so stupid. But yeah. What did you think of Love Island, man?
So, we need to talk about Molly leaving because I thought it was a prank.
I was hoping it was, I was thinking they was getting in their Big Brother bag and sneak her into the yard, around the corner, make her watch with the cameras and hear what they're saying about her. I was hoping they was going to do all of that, but you know what? Fair play to them, though.
Yeah, because the thing is that I didn't like her. I wanted her to leave, but then when it happened, I was like, damn, like I wasn't serious.
It was too soon.
I can't believe she left like that.
I think it was too soon.
It's way too soon, but I also think she was a plant.
Yeah.
I don't believe I feel like she was a plant. I feel like she knew that's why she just didn't have any time for Mitch. She knew she was there for a good time, not a long time.
But what was
she was on an assignment then? I don't even know, because then essentially they just don't want Zach to find love.
Was
that new girl? Zach's not trying to find love. Do you see what she said? Yeah,
Zach's a piece of shit. Is that right?
Did you see what she said? What did she say? She said to him, "Oh, I didn't want to be leaving without you." And he goes, "Yeah, man, but not like this." I said,
yeah. He
said that you're always gonna leave, but
yeah, that's I proper clock that as well. He's saying, "No, you can go. It's just a bit mad how you're going." You get me?
It's actually ridiculous. And to flip in Tyreek, I don't know why he's on the show.
Who, Tyreek?
He's on the wrong show. Yeah, he's on the wrong show.
Tyreek's the truth.
He needs to be on those X on the beach, too hot to handle type of shows where you just get to just let loose.
You women been campaigning for honest men for as long as I can remember. You get me? For as long as I can remember, you want honesty.
Ella's not helping the PR, because at this point I'm looking at her like, you know what this guy's about. He tells you every other day he doesn't want to settle down. Granted, it's basically been a month. I mean, not wanting to settle down with me after a month is wild, when we're living under the same and breathing the same oxygen and everything. But I don't understand, man. Like, she just needs to.
He said, I missed the game.
He said, I missed the game. How can you miss the game, when you're in a house of 6 other women?
She's like, what do you mean I miss
it?
There's
no game there.
He said, of course I miss it. This life is all I know.
He said, how am I supposed to just change all of a sudden how I lived all my life? I said, nah, this is just, he's going to chop breakfast so bad. Because this girl keeps crying. Obviously with Love Island, the ex-contestants have said how they have to be outside filming 24 hours, She had to take a break and they had to let her. She had to go and lie down. You know what it is when a guy breaks your heart, you just need a nap.
Yeah.
She had to go and nap.
She's sick. My man said I missed the game. He said something else that got me as well. He's just too like.
When he was telling Zach, you can't leave. Listen, she's not your girl. He said, don't even think about it. Don't even bring it up. Don't even think about it. She's not your girl. You're not leaving. He said, be fucking for real.
Yeah, because when he was talking, oh no, was that the whole point? Because at that point, I was thinking about Ella, thinking, boy, Ella's got like some tough days ahead, boy. Because he was saying something to someone, but he weren't talking about himself. He was just talking about them. Is that what it was? Was it that time?
When he said, because he said, Ella's here, Katie's here. It's a win-win.
Yeah.
But that's it. But to be fair, it showed me how differently women and men think. Because the girls were like, oh my gosh, that could be any of us. This will make the boys fix up. And the boys were like, oh, it's a good thing it wasn't you, eh? Anyways, the new girl was here. I'm like, damn, man. Women are down bad as a gender. What else? Oh my God. Okay, so the sexy dance thing. Mehdi's disgusting. I think he needs to leave for kissing everybody.
Yeah, he's moving like he won't get
That was
tuberculosis.
so disgusting.
He wants tuberculosis. For real. And in my mind, I was thinking,
He's gonna single-handedly bring COVID back.
I was thinking, wait,
That's
so you're gonna swap up all that saliva and then give it to Whitney last?
There's COVID in there, 100%.
Troubling.
There's all sorts of diseases in there. But you know what it is because it links back to what Steph said. Yeah, I don't think he knows how to be sexy. So his idea of raising people's heart rates was by kissing them, and obviously Jess got the highest heart rate for him. But I think it was fear. I don't think it was anything to do with sexy.
I think
it was shock and horror.
Nah, I think he thought Catherine was Whitney, and then.
Do you think? Oh yeah, to be fair. All black people like.
When he finished lip sync, he clocked it weren't her, and he was like, "Whoops."
He said, "You see one wig, you see them all." To be fair, yeah, that's fair.
So he said he's gonna go. Did one of them refuse? One of them refused the kiss, innit?
Yeah, I think it might have been Lee or something. Because you're not kissing.
Mao or something like that. Was it like Mao or something like that? One of them was like respectfully.
Yeah, it was Mao. It was Mao. Because Mao ain't got time for that.
If
I was Whitney, I wouldn't have kissed it.
She's a mad woman, you know.
She's goofy.
No, it's not. There's goofy and there's mad. Yeah, she is mad in her head. I've never seen anyone do that before. She come out in the heart rate challenge, you know. She didn't even get close to the man. She just stand at the front going, wow.
Because she's thinking, I ain't doing all of this. Because the thing is, as well, she was laughing throughout. I just think she couldn't take it seriously. And I feel like she's the type where they had to film it a few times. And they said, you know what, just do the first one. Just take the first edit. I haven't got time for this. This was not on it.
That was
I hear it though.
Who do you think was the best?
Catherine. Catherine had her cheeks clapping on ITV.
That's facts.
At 9:30 p.m.
That's big facts.
Someone said we didn't know Catherine had all of this under that Michelle Obama blazer. I said, you know what? You have to give her the heck alone.
Nah, Catherine's been boss. I don't know why they didn't clock. When she came out in the little black cloak thing, innit?
Yes.
Yeah, and she just whipped it off.
I think Catherine was the best. With the boys, none of the boys gave, to be honest.
That Montel you come out, I just started busting up his clothes. Is so big for him.
He was creep walking. I said, excuse me.
The man was crumping.
Mate, in fact, Joe looking at us, what do you think is going on here? It was so embarrassing.
Just his hat and all that. He just looked like he was gonna fall into his hat. Like he just looked so big. Like everything, all his clothes just looked so big for him, bro.
Do you know you know like when you go to like kids parties, there's the little kids that dance like their family's not gonna eat if they don't dance well. That's what he gave me. That was the energy he gave me. I was like, oh gosh, this is so cringe. Yeah, none of the boys was really anything, to be honest. I feel like the girls, Jess is buff, you know.
I'm not really rating Jess, you know.
I don't know why she keeps getting treated like that.
No, I'm not really rating her. Like you'll do it, but not really. She's not crazy. And then she came out where she's been dancing and pop locking all around the yard and all that. I thought she was gonna
pop locking.
I thought she was gonna cook that challenge up, but it didn't really do nothing for me. It didn't do nothing for me.
No, it didn't. I think Catherine and Whitney. I did think Whitney was humping a bit too much though.
Nah, Whitney was busting. Her thighs was cooking.
It was doing a lot of like.
Nah, Whitney was
giving a lot of energy.
Whitney won. I don't care. Whitney done her thing. Whitney was moving bad. I was like, yeah. Big up Whitney. Know what was killing me? The man was like, let me chat to you one second.
It was Mitch. I said, it doesn't even suit you. But they're all phonies though, because she didn't raise one. None of them had the heart rate raised by her the most.
I'm surprised because she definitely gassed. I think she gassed them the most from if you look at the reactions. She probably did gas them the most.
I feel like their heart rate went up, then it stayed up. And then when she left is when they were like, oh my gosh. And then Leah annoyingly collected the heart rate points because I don't understand how Leah raised anything. Leah didn't do nothing.
Yeah. I was saying it was a tough act to follow, and she definitely took all Whitney's heart rates. Anything she won was really
Yeah,
Whitney.
she definitely did.
Definitely.
She definitely did. I didn't understand how Whitney didn't raise one heart rate.
No, she definitely did because she's the only one that her and Catherine were the only ones that had me in my yard saying,
that delivered.
Yo. And Ella, when she give the finishing move to? She give a finishing move to someone. I can't remember. It weren't Ty though. I know it was mad.
No, it wasn't Ty. She did a whole thing.
Was
so
it Zach or something?
I think so. I didn't think Ella's was nice.
Nah, it weren't like it was crazy, but that maybe you got a chance to appreciate her in all her glory. You get me? She's definitely cheeked up.
Yeah,
you get me?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she definitely.
Yeah, she's cheeked up. So I got a new bit of appreciation for her. I still can't stand her, but she alright.
I don't know. I just think it's just too much. Like I'm saying, you know what you signed up for. He keeps telling you every single time. But every single time you're crying, and then you say you're done, and then when you get to the bed, he gives you mediocre lip sync, and then the next day you come like, girl. It's been to be fair though, it is wild though that they've been living together for basically nearly a month now, and this boy is still talking about I'm not closed off. I think at least be like I'm closed off with you right now.
Girls like that.
But she wouldn't hear that to be fair, actually.
I can't
because she's not hearing that he's not closed off anyway.
She's annoying, and every time she's speaking, she's just moaning in that horrible accent.
She's irritating. She's annoying, man.
I can't stand her, man. She's asking. She
has one good day a week.
Tariq needs to move on, man. He needs Castro more. I think Castro Moore's going to bust him because that's going to be like 6 Johns or Harry or whatever it works out to. He's going to find. There's going to be one in there for him. There has to be one in there for him.
Do you know what's going to be like? He's going to be like, you remember when Michael and Amber, the whole, she's a dead thing anyway. That's what it's going to be like. Because I feel like she's going to go there and flirt with boys and whatever. This is going to try to come back single and be like, oh, he's going to, I feel like he would have realized. Well, he's only going to realize a new girl and come in with a new girl.
Yeah, the only way he's not bringing the thing back is if the producers don't do a good job. But if they do the right thing, I feel like they're saving.
I feel like they're saving the best people for Casamore because, respectfully, the bombshells, none of them have been great.
No, but they just need to go in their influencer bag and like really go and turn up. They need to make sure like everybody in the Casa is like length. Stop trying to do the diversity thing, like man. Like,
no,
we don't need to see.
They need to find the
creme de la creme, the best of the best, like
the elites.
Yeah,
they need to do their best to find the closest OV. There will never be another OV, but they need to try and find the closest they can.
Yeah, they need it. They need to stay strong. Don't bring any.
I think they will though. The way they dumped Felipe Molly, I think this year they're all earning their checks.
They're earning their keep, innit?
They really are. So I really think it's possible.
Yeah, this year's been jokes. What about Mehdi trying to leave Whitney now or something?
Do you know? Okay, right. I feel like Mehdi gives me like controlling. Guy, I don't think he likes black people. In the words of Kanye West, I don't think, because the way he treats her is very it's like what is that saying or that term for like underlying racism? You know, like the little subtle things here and there. He's called her loud. He said like they come from very different worlds. He's essentially called her ghetto. It's too much. It's too much. Like I really don't like him, and I feel like she bites her tongue because she's thinking, you can never chat to me like this. But under the circumstance, because she plays the game smart, she's aware that if I don't couple up with this guy, I'm vulnerable, and chances I'm gonna get kicked off the show. So I feel like she's playing the long game. She's trying to get to Casa. She's definitely come back with someone from Casa.
She says she's gonna chat with.
I don't like Betty.
She says she's gonna chat with Zach in the morning.
She should, because she's been wanting that. Do you see where she's looking at Zach?
Boy, the way they done, the way he lips and bit each other's lips and thing, I was like, yo, that is intense. And if what Zach's saying is true, you get me. If he doesn't mind dabbling, then I could see why he could be drawn over there. You get me? Huh?
He's black adjacent. She's actually black. I think they could make this happen.
It could work.
I really think this could be a thing.
No,
I think it could work.
No, he wouldn't risk it for Whitney though. Like he'll do it,
No,
Like-
but money's not there anymore. He's got nothing at the moment.
Yeah, no, but it's in the show, man. You know, like in the Love Island when they are doing their tours and they're dancing and living life and getting money and all that. He'll slam her then, but I don't think he'll risk it all on the show for her still.
That's true, actually. Yeah.
You get me? Yeah, he's not.
But no, I'm sick of Mehdi, man. Like I don't like the way he talks to it. Do you know? It's like he knows what she's like, her personality and stuff, but it's like he tries to dim it and tries to like bring her down in like little subtle ways. It's weird.
So if they broke up, who's more at risk?
Wild.
If they broke up, who's more at risk of leaving?
Mehdi. 100% Mehdi. Whitney is actually the star of the show. Like Whitney is actually the star of the show, and the producers know that she's very, very likable. If they break up, and I feel like Mehdi knows that, because really and truly, Mehdi brings nothing to the table. Sometimes I don't even clock I haven't seen him on camera that day. But if we don't hear from Whitney, we'll be like, oh, where's Whitney? Do you get what I mean? I think he's more at risk, and I think with the guys as well. I think the guys like Whitney and stuff, except Montel, because she tried to go to Montel, and he was like, we're friends. That was very awkward to see. But yeah, I think Mehdi will be more at risk. But who did the last recoupling though? Who picked? Was it the girls? Because if it's the boys picking this time, because of the numbers, they're gonna have to keep picking each other until someone else comes in.
I can't. Yeah, it would have been the.
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. No, it would have been the girls, innit?
Because Katie picked. Okay, was Katie?
Katie picked by herself, and then Katie picked by herself, and then my girl went home. Before that, it was.
Oh yeah, it was Maya who said then these people can't be together anyway. Because at the moment, I think the numbers are even.
When Mao picked Sammy, I can't remember who picked last. I can't remember. It was the girls.
I can't remember.
I think it was the girls.
But yeah, but if it's the boys picking, then there needs to be more girls than boys, so that way someone can leave.
Yeah.
But with Molly gone now, I think the numbers are equal. So they just been cast out like end of the week, man. I can't yeah. They need to really switch it up. Just saying it.
Yeah, no, it was all right though. But all I know is big up Catherine and big up Whitney. But
big up Catherine. Double cheeked up on a Sunday evening.
Yeah, that was going on.
Love to see it.
That was high quality entertainment, man.
That really was.
Thank you, Esther.
Yeah. Thank you. Have a nice day.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, cool. Let's get into our headlines.
All right, so our first headline, I definitely want to hear what you guys think about this, yeah. So America's top diplomat, Antony Blinken, has said that an attempted armed mutiny in Russia shows real cracks in President Vladimir Putin's authority. He told US media that the rebellion from Yevgeny Prigozhin, his Wagner fighters, was a direct challenge to Mr. Putin, forcing him into an amnesty agreement. The deal halted Wagner's march on Moscow on Saturday, and the mercenaries had earlier seized 2 Russian cities. Mr. Putin accused the group of treason, but all charges were later dropped. Under the deal, Wagner fighters must return to their field bases, and Prigozhin's move to Russia's western neighbor, Belarus, which was whose leader, Alexander Lukashenko, was involved in the negotiations. That's the new deal that they've agreed to, right? So the current whereabouts of Prigozhin is unknown. He was last seen in public leaving Rostov-on-Don, which is one of the 2 southern cities where his fighters had taken control of military facilities. According to Russia's RTVI news website, they're saying that Prigozhin's press service said that he would answer questions from the media when he has normal communication means. Meanwhile, President Putin has not been seen in public since his nationwide TV address on Saturday morning to condemn the mutiny. Is this the beginning of the end?
For Putin? I heard there was 50,000 men marching down there.
Was it?
I don't know.
I thought it was 10.
I don't know. Man told someone must be cooking the books or something. You know, like Chinese whisper thing. But I heard there was a bag of man marching down there, and he had to kick out and squash it.
Oh wait. Oh, you're saying Russia had not Wagner Group.
Is Wagner in Russia?
Yeah.
He's
That's the guy who was talking about
beefing Putin, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hearing he was stepping down there with his mercenaries and his killies, I heard there was a bag of them.
Yeah, I think he said that like he's got like 10,000 that's ready to do something. Yeah, like because basically, the mercenaries are around the world, innit?
Okay.
So they're not all there in Ukraine.
Oh, they
ready
haven't
to go back.
mobilized.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was acting like, oh look, the 10,000 we got now, we can do something. But obviously, if Putin was to then make the Russian army turn on him, it'll be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? They got far more than 10,000.
But he must have some kind of influence. He got scared.
Yeah. Who, you mean Putin got scared?
Yeah.
Did he get scared? Or was he upset?
He left though.
He left to go where?
I don't know where he went. I heard he left the city. Went just hiding anything.
I mean, nobody knows, to be fair. People are just saying that he just hasn't been seen on TV since then. Some people did say, yeah, that he kind of left, but he might not have left, man. The fact that they've already made this guy basically say sorry, right? Putin, I don't think there's no need for him to leave. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. What are you thinking, Brent?
Yeah, so I listened to this in real time. Elon Musk put up a Spaces tweet, and there were a bunch of civilian journalists covering the story, like in real time. They were looking at like I think it's AP Press or A Press. I don't know whatever it is. They were getting the information from there, and then they were just relaying it to everybody. And yeah, he was looking to say, as in the Wagner guy, he was looking to say, nah, we need to finish Putin. But then obviously Putin came out and was like, this is treason.
Yep.
And when it all died down, then they were saying he has to die now, not Putin, the other guy. Because you can't now publicly come out against Putin like this.
Yep.
Show that level of force, because he was chilling. And the fact that he was allowed to get so close meant that obviously the army and whoever else that Putin was controlling decided, yeah, let's step aside until this is sorted out. So he now has to consolidate and look to finish him if it is that he's going to be seen as in control. So people are saying it isn't finished just yet as pertains to that guy still bobbing about, because it looks like he was in control then. He was flexing his muscles, and he looked calm. The video I saw, he was there chilling next to one of the generals, and he was like, "Hey, I approached you formally. Why are you talking to me informally like this?" Like, and his legs were wide open, you know, like Russia. Yeah. Everything was like, and like he was talking as though, yeah, I can put my face in this camera and not fear any repercussion from that guy who rides the horses,
Yeah.
from the bears or whatever. But it was so interesting because it was happening in real time.
Yeah.
Like it was happening in real time,
yeah,
and everybody was like, "Oh my goodness!" Some people even started the conspiracy theory that the money that went missing in America, it was given to the Wagner group to basically look to overthrow Putin. Obviously, I'm not sure if that's bollocks or not, but it's mild.
What's this thing about them finding like 80-something million in a truck or something?
The Wagner group?
Yeah. Or the Russian army found that much.
As a payoff?
No, I'm not too sure.
Oh,
but I heard something about how they found like bare millions in a truck or something. And then it was around that time that he basically was like, let me relax.
Or as in here's the money, stop looking to...
Yeah.
Okay.
Or almost like maybe he was looking to take that money, but they've taken the money, the very thing that he wanted. So it's like, look, if you want to actually sail off into the sunset type thing, relax and we'll give the money back type thing.
Okay.
But I'm not too sure.
Yeah, but it's not over now.
Nah.
And obviously, the world press is gonna get onto this and be like, let's use this as a tool to show that Putin doesn't have the power that he had before.
It's true, but at the same time, anyone can challenge you though on any given day.
But this is the group that he normally uses
Yeah,
as
it
his
is.
muscle.
Yeah, it is. But he controlled it in a matter of a few hours. Doesn't that kind of show power though? You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but remember, the world is now seeing your own people, your own canon turn against you and be calm about it.
Yeah.
Just imagine if you were a dictator and you were moving as though, Russia still has the military might that we used to, and you guys were afraid of. And then your own people said, you can't let that person just wander off into the sunset.
Not at all. And I think that's why the Belarus guy had to step in, because obviously Belarus is cool with Russia. He's going to betray him. He's probably just said, come here, I'll look after you. After the thing's sorted, he's giving him up ASAP. Yeah. He's done. I don't even know why he's over there, to be fair. But I guess obviously he doesn't have much choice in it. But he's definitely done.
There was one video doing the wrongs. You had a Ukrainian soldier sat at the back of his tank eating popcorn, watching watching the events that's occurring.
Where?
Well, it's so distasteful how social media has made everything a joke, Because to use that as a giggle worthy opportunity, there's bare people just getting clipped up. Nobody knows either. Oh man!
That's
Well, them
crazy.
same people don't even like black people, so I'm not even sure if it's
That's
if it should stretch so
100%
far.
true. 100%. That's on both sides, isn't it?
Both sides.
But yeah, man. All right. Well, we'll obviously keep you people updated, as we find out more information. The second headline is a little bit of a continuation of the whole submersible that imploded last week. And basically, the US Coast Guard is investigating the cause of the undersea implosion and has not ruled out finding human remains, while also hinting that the probe could lead to criminal charges. So the captain, Jason Neubauer, who's chairing the US Coast Guard investigation into the implosion of the vessel, he made the comments as the search and rescue aspects of the response came to an end. Salvage operations are continuing and investigators have mapped the accident site. This is what he basically told a press conference in Boston. He also said that the convening of a Marine Board of Investigation is the highest level investigation conducted by the US Coast Guard. It's unclear how long it will take, but the US Coast Guard said it does not charge for the search and rescue operations. The Coast Guard opened what it calls a Marine Board investigation on Friday and is working with the FBI even to recover the evidence. And the last headline takes us to the royal family, man. Some sad news, but looks like she's recovering. And this is about the Duchess of York, who is commonly known to us as Fergie, who is recuperating with her family after an operation following a diagnosis for breast cancer. Sarah Ferguson, Fergie, 63 years old, who was formerly married to Prince Andrew, was given the news after a routine mammogram screening. Her spokesperson said that she was advised she needed to undergo surgery, which has taken place successfully, and the doctors have told her that the prognosis is good. The spokesperson said she was receiving the best medical care and is now recuperating with her family. She underwent the procedure earlier this week at King Edward's VII Hospital, which is a private clinic in central London, which previously treated the late Queen Elizabeth II and other senior royals. And the Duchess is set to return home to Windsor this weekend, where, like I said, she's now recovering. So yeah, man, wish her the best. And that's it for the headlines.
All right, then, man. Let's get to topic of the day. What are you saying?
All right. So today's topic of the day is pretty much the counterpart to last week Friday's topic of the day, which is where we explored some of the positive attributes of black men and also provided an area of improvement. And yeah, man, I put out the call to the people. They responded. I'm actually going to talk about the response later on, right? But basically, yeah, I guess we can dive in. So today's going to be about naming 3 attributes of black women, 2 positive and 1 area of improvement. It's funny. Big up Izzy in the chat. He said it sounds like a trap. Obviously mentioning the area of improvement in it. But obviously we know that our black women are, one of their attributes is that they take on, what's the word? Feedback very well. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, yeah. So yeah, obviously you guys are gonna give some of your positives and whatnot. But I want to start off with our good brother Chijoke, right? He can't call in, unfortunately. I wanted him to call in, but he had some good contributions. And basically, he said 2 things I would say are the main common positive attributes of black women are their resilience and the advocacy for black men. What do you guys think about that?
It's a good one. It's giving slavery.
How? Why you say that?
Mm?
Why you say that?
That's what it just always stems from. Why they always like? Obviously, it's a good thing, but it's like they just always have to be resilient and protecting the black men and stuff like that, and it just all stems from that kind of stuff, innit? Like that's like, it's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. I need to think. I just rather hear something different. You get me?
Okay. So okay. I'm gonna kind of put you on the spot.
Shit.
What?
Yusuf. Buy me some time, nigga. No, come on, it's good.
But yeah, like I guess, yeah. What kind of thing comes to mind as a positive?
Just like how nurturing they are.
Okay.
And I've got used to like a lot of black women in the communities, like helping us as kids and like just letting us congregate around theirs, or just making sure that they got an eye on us and knowing where we are and just caring about people's kids and other people's kids and shit like that. And they're just very, like, just like community based, it's just very caring, you get me? Open arms, protective and that, in a different, and that's what I'm saying, not in a sense of, just because, not in a sense of like having to protect the kids because they're going through stuff, or protect the men from other people, whatever, but just that caring, you get what I'm trying to say? That just that caring, just that community thing, just having that open door in it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't come in there, rather you not be in there than be on the streets or whatever, like kind of thing. I experienced that a lot from black women.
It's like almost like they can be a mother to anyone.
Yeah.
Do you like, you know, obviously I guess we will kind of get into this a bit more, yeah. But even based on last week's answers that people gave, and even today's as well that we'll get into, do you feel like these attributes are kind of a product of which I feel like you're kind of alluding to, yeah, of the struggle and environment? Are these things that other races could obviously get to, if that makes sense?
Other races do it. It's more of a it's more of like a woman thing, maybe. Because other races do it. Obviously, I notice it more in the black communities because that's where I'm from, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? But growing up in East London, there would be, I could think of examples of like white women that were like that. You get what I'm saying? But I get it more from black people because that's my demographic. That's what I've got more around me. But yeah, I think that kind of aspect of what I'm talking about is more like women are like that, more nurturing. I can't think of many examples of men that are like that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I should have said, is that more so like a women thing across different races? Because the thing is, yeah, like you said, yeah, obviously growing up in East London, right? Like you kind of, in the estate, you got white people there, you got some Asian people there, and this, that, and the third, right? So you're gonna kind of see it here and there. But I feel like you do notice it far more with black women, though. You know what I'm saying? And do you feel like that's something that's being passed on to the modern like women our age? You know what I'm saying? The reason why I'm asking that is because if some of these traits, these attributes are a result of the things we've gone through, and we are not necessarily going through the same thing, would those same attributes be present in our generation and generation after and things of that nature?
No, probably not. I think that the black community will be different in like one generation time or something like that. Yeah, I don't think there's the same connection. I don't know if this is because the older generations went through different struggles or what, but yeah, I definitely know it's not going to be the same. You get me? Like a lot of these kids growing up are not going to know what it's like to grow up. Like they're going to grow up probably more British in English than us.
That's true.
If that makes sense. I think a lot of us, our generation, had that connection to home, innit? Just like one step removed. And then for a lot of us, even if our parents were born here, they still have that thing that because their parents just came kind of thing, like, you know what I'm trying to say? That. So they, even though they were born here, they still have that connection to home. You get me? I feel like that's probably going to be lost out quick.
Okay. A positive. Well, there was more than two positives given by Rebecca, and basically she says, intelligent, resilient. Obviously, we kind of got that. Hardworking and funny. I've seen people talking about the humor in the chat. Is humor something that comes to your mind?
For black women?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
No? What about you, bro?
As in my positives?
No, as in the humor.
I've actually put that down as one of them, but not stand up so much. Like everyday funny, like they're hilarious, and I don't think I'm just laughing at them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think black women are everyday hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, just the regular run of the mill, like witty comebacks and yeah, 100%.
Okay.
But not stand up. I'm not saying that they aren't good at stand up. I'm just saying that's not what I'll go for.
I wouldn't put that. I wouldn't associate that with black women, like a sense of humor or anything. I'm not saying they don't have one or anything, but they're not particularly funny about nothing. In my opinion.
You know how sometimes women are like, oh, some of the things I want in a man is for him to be like, to have humor. Like, do men ever say that about women?
No, men don't really think women are funny.
I need women to be funny. Yeah, I need you to get me, and I need you to, because I like to laugh. I need to laugh. So if it is that you're not making me laugh at all, you're dead.
Yeah, but it's different kind of jokes. I mean, in men's spaces...
That's why I said 100% different type of jokes.
Yeah, but it's just there's different kind of sense of humour, like things that women think of. I don't know. Maybe it's me and my toxic friends or something like that. But man, don't really find gal funny. Like gal think they're funny, and they're not. It's not. The jokes don't land. Like it's not. Gal ain't really funny, you know.
I'm not seeing it as you're setting up a joke. That's why I said it's not. Don't classify it as that. It's the little things they do and how they say certain things. Like Esther, she's not a comedian. But she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just Esther.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
But you can't. I can't. That's just Esther. I can't give that to all women just because they're women and black.
I didn't say all women.
That's just Esther.
I didn't say all women.
That's not a black woman thing. That's Esther.
Koi had it too.
To be honest, wait. I'm telling you, for me, a lot of the West African women that I have come across, oh my goodness, and it's because of their culture. Do you understand? It is steeped in their culture, their stubbornness, how it is that they will.
It don't count.
It's hilarious.
Esther don't know she's funny, bro. So it doesn't even count. Like it don't even count. Esther has not got a clue how funny she is.
That's the best type of humor for me. That's the best type of humor for me.
But you sure Esther don't know? Esther knows, you know.
Nah, man, she don't.
I don't think she would qualify herself
She says
as a
some
funny-
stuff, and I know for a
woman.
fact she has not got a clue.
She's just living life. She's just existing, 100%, and that's what I'm talking about. This the everyday humor.
Yeah.
That for me, 100%. Black women have it, 100%. And it wouldn't be classified. Oh, I'm a comedian. Nah. She's not gonna take that on the road. She's not gonna feel as though let me go and go through the circuits a bit. Let me test my material. No. But if someone starts piping up in the crowd, she'll finish them. And that would be the part I clip up. And that's what I'm talking about.
All right. So, wait, what some of the other ones you had?
No, I just had another one.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm thinking in real time, please. All right. The next one I had was well, I had two, to be honest. They're fiercely protective. And the third one is the ability to evolve intellectually is crazy. Crazy. Sometimes I use it for wickedness, but come on. Pure wickedness. But it's crazy. Intellectual levels and the ability to retain that and apply that in different ways. Crazy. I love it though.
Yeah. That is true. Okay. You know, let's go on to some things that are kind of like areas of improvement. Yeah, I'm gonna stay on Rebecca's one, and she said too selfless. So it seems like we always put others before ourselves, even to our own detriment. What do you guys think about that? Is that something that we would urge black women as a whole to kind of be like, look, work on this particular thing? Because if you did kind of sort this out.
They're too what?
They're too selfless.
So that told them man with the baby mama drama. He's on sick.
No, but maybe one could argue they would give the man more stress if they weren't. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Again, yeah, because this is the same thing that happened when we were doing it about the men. Like we say things, but in the way my brain works, it doesn't think like that. I like credit things to like individuals. I'm not tarring everybody with the same brush. I don't think just because you're black, you're funny, or just because you're black, you're intelligent, or you're special. I don't believe that shit. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's special people that are of that colour. You get what I'm trying to say? So a lot of the stereotypes that we play into, whereby that they are there for a reason and they are real, but I just can't across the board say, just because you're just this, because you're black and all that. Like, I can't do all that. You get me? So there are stuff that they are true and all that, but a lot of them, I think they're stereotypes. And so I was asking you last time, what are the stereotypes that are actually real? Like, what are the actual, not the things that we just say, because none of the stuff that we say, we can take and claim it if we want, but other people do them too.
Yeah, but certain people could do them to such a degree that you kind of are the ones known for it. Though.
Like the standard bearers of it. Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
That's facts. That's definitely facts.
What do you think about this, not negative, but this area of improvement, again, by Rebecca here? She says communication. So sometimes we can't be the best at communicating our feelings. Example, either it's silence / passive aggression, or we express disappointment or hurt through anger.
See, again, I think that's not fair to put on black women. That's all women.
Would you say that they communicate their feelings too much, Emmanuel?
Too much?
Yes.
I feel like black women know how to communicate their feelings.
I believe so.
I believe they do. Like, I'm not gonna lie. When they got a problem, they got shit to get off their chest, they're gonna tell you. You're gonna know about it.
And even if it's not rooted in...
And what? I ain't saying that. You try to set me up.
It's still communicated.
Yeah, no, it's facts.
This is how I feel, so this is real. 100%.
I ain't saying that out loud, but...
and also, sorry, I guess this could be a positive depending on how it is that you look at it, but this could also be bondage. So take this with a pinch of salt, right? For me, they are more fiercely loyal to dating black and building black to their detriment many times than black men are.
Okay.
Do you think that is an honest take? They would frown
but the men, black men
going
are
with white guys and this, that, and next.
Black
Even
men
though this
are-
might be the best thing for them.
No, black men are way more on interracial flow than
100%.
black women. So that's I don't know why you paused. You should have said yes.
No, the reason why, I paused, is because I agree with you. I think that's definitely the case. But I was trying to think about the reasoning. Is this a black thing or is this a woman thing? Because sometimes, a man might just think, you know what, like a woman is a woman.
It might be a black man thing. I feel like white men will stay in their race more, innit?
That's the
White men stay in their race more. White
That is
men they like the snow. They be staying on snow. You get me? It's the black man who on this variation flow. Black man moving like they need variation to thrive. You get what I'm trying to say?
But let me live.
Man said, let me live. You can't let me live. It's trying to hold me back. You get me? See, that's the thing when I was talking about stereotypes. I think that's actually a real thing. I don't think that's just a stereotype. I think we've seen that play out in real life. I think that's real. That's more. Yeah, I think that's more of a black man thing.
They are far more open to exploration than black women.
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay, so I don't want to use the word content, but there, maybe is loyal a better word?
It's bondage.
Bondage. You know what? Because one of my areas of improvement, that I was thinking is, I feel like sometimes black women don't always think long term enough, but at the same time, it's a two-edged sword because to some degree, in the same example that we're giving, they do. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like all I see is my future with a black man, and I think that's the most beautiful thing and one of the most beautiful gifts that they can give us as a community. You know what I'm saying? Because it means our very existence is you know what I mean? It's dependent on them, and we know they've got us. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, regardless of the nonsense we do, I still only see my future with you. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the reason why I mention it as an area of improvement is because sometimes I feel like the standard, and this is one of the things, people might get on to me about this, right? But I feel like the standard sometimes that black women accept isn't the most helpful for themselves and for men.
The standard of black men?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's certain things that I think they may allow that they shouldn't. And of course, as a black man, we may be like, oh yeah, thanks for the grace type thing, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes that kind of messes up the incentive to improve and be better, you know what I'm saying? Because you're so accepting of us, you know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful trait to have, but it's also, like most things in life, too much of it can be hindering to all of us, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah. But again, that is also like a positive that they only see their future with us, you know what I'm saying? And I think if black men also thought the same way, we'll be much better for it.
I think black women are. I think there's probably like, they're probably like the best like cheerleaders, if that makes sense. Out of the women races, I think like the black women, they support their people and like prop them up and like to the umpteenth degree, like to the brim, and like anyone, and that's not even just reserved for like black people either. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like that's why you always saying always inviting people to the cookout and stuff like that. Like if they rock with you and they're gonna support you, yeah, that's some of the best support. That's some of the best support you can have. They're gonna move like your thing's lit. Like you get me?
100%.
Definitely.
100%. All right, I'm gonna go to Nightfall. Big up Nightfall. And he said his number one positive is I absolutely love black women's ability to empathize with us black men. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we go through things in everyday life, at work, or just in society in general, that sometimes we don't know how to communicate. Yet they are there with their understanding. They intuitively know what we're going through and what we need, and even believing in you before you even believe in yourself, which is kind of what you were saying. I think that's a fact right there. I think that's a fact there. Yeah, man. He also said number 2 is their ability to make the most out of situations. If things aren't going too well, they somehow find a way. They sometimes find a way to make you feel like it's okay and we'll get through this. And if things are going well, they can maintain and improve the vibes. What do you guys think?
I hear that. Was that speaking to like black people's resourcefulness and stuff as well?
I guess so. Yeah. That was somewhat touched on one of my positives as well. Shouldering responsibility, because obviously we know certain things that black people have gone through in it. How there's certain things in place that systematically destroy black families, be it in the UK, especially in America, around the world. But black women, even when you're not asked to, they just recognize that this is my role now, and they just jump into the role straight away. You know what I'm saying? To do their best to uphold that family and make sure that we have a tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think other races, yes, one could argue, oh yeah, this may be just adaptations from human beings, this, that, and the third. I don't necessarily think so. I think the divinity in black women allows for that to be something that's real. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't want to make this about other races, but certain other races may be done out here. if this was left to their women. You know what I'm saying? 100%. But black women, it's just something about them, like, understanding, okay, you know what? This needs to be done, and I'm going to fix it. I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it is, no matter how tall that mountain may appear, they feel like there's something. And I think this is also another positive, that when you're with a good black woman as well, you feel like you can do anything. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's some of that. I feel like that's some of that trait coming into it as well. they can do it, but when they're with you, you're invincible, man.
Let me piggyback off that point, bro. Hand me the baton. So, I agree, but I think I want it known that we aren't just talking about when black men have ducked out and then black women have had to basically raise the family, right? Or raise what's left. It's even when that woman is with a good black man and that black man is oppressed, he is incarcerated, he is made to feel lesser than. She just cuts through clean.
Facts.
Clean. And not even complaining, she just gets on with it.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And yeah, that whole point of she will make you feel as though you can conquer the world. Even though 100%. You could be absolutely bollocks.
Yeah, for real. For real.
Yeah, man.
But that's sometimes that's what you need, though, isn't it? Like seeing any goal.
That delusional motivation. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you can never say, "Oh, you didn't support me."
100%.
What? It's rare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Granted, of course, on the individual level, this time and third.
You are moving like you're getting your shit off. The ladies in the chat are saying this sucks.
Oh, is it?
The ladies in the chat are saying, "What the hell is this?"
I think we were responding to. Didn't you read out something from somebody?
Yes, yeah.
That was a person's opinion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, they're just saying that they're like the positives ain't positive in or something.
Oh, serious?
They're just saying, I don't know. Let me see who's saying this.
Sorry. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, caller.
How are you? What are your thoughts?
Hello. How's everyone doing, Pascal?
Pascal. What do you do?
Yeah.
First time caller?
Nope.
No?
Yes. First time.
Okay,
First time.
Thank you for calling.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. I think this conversation's why black trash.
Sorry, what?
Say that.
I think the reason we're having this conversation is why black men are trash. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when you actually think about it and what black women have in terms of the workspace, basically promoting diversity and inclusion and basically overrepresenting themselves within the middle class and continuing to do this. And yet, what we pushed on black boys has been the complete opposite. We've actually pushed on this idea of black excellence. And I understand the idea of it, which is in terms of wanting to have black boys represented, again, in media and sports and entertainment. But this is actually pushed on black boys a strict division within class. What you have now within black boys is this idea that, again, there's not push to STEM fields, academia, teachers, all of these seen as sub for black boys. So what we have for black boys is basically the working class. And they have people who are sports entertainers. And then when you do have boys entering this middle class, what happens to them? They have this disdain for black women, that they say, oh, they wouldn't have got me when I was, in school. They wouldn't have. They basically adopted white talkings. What black women have done, when they've entered this space, they've included diversity. They've again promoted diversity and inclusion. Anytime we're talking about
Pascal, one second. Sorry, yeah. Have you got the show on in the background?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's messing up your connection.
Are you sure it's messing up the connection? Or if you can call via WhatsApp on Wi-Fi, because it's breaking up.
Yeah.
So every other word is cutting out. So I'm not following what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll call via.
Thank you very much, Pascal.
Thank you.
Just call back quickly.
Nice.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, obviously, Pascal calls back and then we can dissect what he's saying.
I would like to hear it. As in...
Hear it properly.
Yes.
But yeah. Okay. Before Pascal calls back, right? Nightfall gave us a number 3, man. You know what I'm saying? because there's loads of positives. But I told him to keep it down to 3.
All right.
And basically he said,
So he had more.
he had more.
All right.
He had more, man. And he said they're beautiful, alluring, and disarming. You know what I'm saying? And their compliments hit like crack. Big up Nightfall, man. Hey, you can't dispute that, man. The black woman is the most beautiful of all women on the planet, man. Without doubt. I don't even think there's a second place. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no. It's just black women and everybody else do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? If we got time, we'll turn up to your event about black women. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So big up the black women, 100%. Cool. His areas of accountability. Yeah. Sorry.
Look at you.
Pascal.
I
feel like I can't.
All right. Good morning, Pascal. Let's try that again.
Yeah. Do I have to go through everything again?
No, you don't have to go through everything.
Just the last few bits.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So again, what you're talking about with black women, again, what they've done in terms of, again, pushing the conversation forward in regards to what black people need to be doing. It's really just been them in the forefront. I think maybe like several months ago, you've had, again, within this time span, black women have come on. You had the politician, I forgot the sister's name. You've had a couple of black women have come in talking about, again, how this kind of process regards to abortion, I believe. Again, when you're talking about pushing this conversation forward, it's been exclusively black women. If I'm gonna, like, I heard the first half of the conversation on Friday, and to be honest, I was gonna go in on black men, but I thought let's keep on a positive thing. Brothers are still talking about if Gunn is a snitch. This is literally what we're still talking about. This is literally what brothers are still talking about. We have not pushed the conversation forward. I mean, like, Mark just said it, right? A couple minutes ago. I forget the diversity inclusion thing. Let's get the latest things, man. Literally, this is what black brothers are saying. Constantly. This is crazy to me. It's crazy. And then, again, what you guys are doing in terms of today's conversation, you're not highlighting the differences in terms of how women or black women are doing so much better than black men.
Yeah.
To a point, okay, there's certain things that are, you can probably go in on black women a little bit about with regards to how they've kind of ostracized and hyper-masculinized black men. That's one thing I'll kind of give as an area of improvement. They need to kind of improve on that front. But again, when it comes to these conversations about pushing the actual conversation forward, there isn't even, I don't even know what we're talking about here.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
How would you suggest the first thing that you think black men can do to better assist black women in that?
I think we what we need to do as black men is constantly, again, I know there is a position that we hold within the society of, again, we are afraid to talk. It's a bit different when, again, within women within the Western world, they have the ability to talk about certain issues and, again, stay in that position. And if they do experience any type of ostracism or racism, they're able to call it out and not feel the same burden as black men. I do agree. But this doesn't change the fact that black men need to do this. One thing that we're seeing regards to these talks about diversity and inclusion, I'm struggling to see where black men are included in these conversations. I literally don't see any type of representative. I mean, look, a good example of this, right? You go to, let's say, like Piers Morgan show. You had the brother Mizzy on there. Piers Morgan called him an idiot for 5 minutes. Idiot. This guy's an idiot. You're a complete idiot. You're a complete idiot. And yet, again, there wasn't any type of, from what I saw, there wasn't any type of black men to come to this young black boy's defense. There was no black man to come in to this young black boy's defense. There wasn't any black man that he felt confident enough to go on that show with to represent him. There wasn't any on us. But what you do have on Piers Morgan's show, you got, again, I don't know who he decides to pick, but you see a bunch of black women there who are coming to the defense to a point that they're starting to look like caricatures. And I hate this type of representation. I literally hate this type of representation because it looks like, again, what it looks like is this black women are basically having to defend a lot of things where Piers Morgan would have talked the same way he talks to a lot of black men. But because he's doing it to women, and we live within this patriarchy, and he feels that he can do this, he does this. There's no reason why, again, Piers Morgan should call Mizzy an idiot for 5 minutes straight, and there shouldn't be any type of wraparound.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I think you're making some excellent points, man. You know what I mean about how I guess we can kind of further the conversation and take on responsibility, at least as black men. You know what I'm saying, to support our women out there. You know what I'm saying, because like you're pretty much saying. Well, this is the point I'm getting from it, is that they're pretty much holding down the fort, man. You know what I'm saying? And pushing everything forward for us. You know what I'm saying? When we could do a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? All right.
At this point, there does need to be a real effort in terms of us focusing on, again, for black men, because from what I see, I don't see what people are seeing. I don't see where we are in terms of society for black men as this is a great point. I'm from Croydon. Stabbings are going on at a ridiculous rate, and we know who are the victims and also the perpetrators of this.
Yeah.
Again, we've got maybe a few people within government that are represented by black men, but again, black women who are trying to bring out this conversation and actually try to push these things forward in terms of what we need to do. It's black men. Again, if you want for black women, I'm struggling to find areas of improvement. There's only one thing I will say again is a lot of them. When it comes to black men, that hyper masculinity of what we've pushed, what black women have pushed upon black men, that's one thing that I don't like, and they need to address that. They do need to address that. You know.
I hear you.
But, yeah.
Thank you for giving like a balanced, opinion and answer about everything, man. I hope everyone got the point of what you were trying to say, because obviously you're just talking about, you pretty much edifying them and bigging up the black women out there for representing us, man, and giving us hope, you know what I'm saying? And how us as black men need to basically have the same type of mindset and support them in that plight. You know what I'm saying? So we can all get further.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you very much for calling, Pascal, man.
And Pascal, Mizzy's the bum head.
Oh, come on, man. All right, thanks, family.
Later.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
Also, I wanted to mention a positive that Rebecca mentioned, and this is more so specific to African American women. And basically, she said, I don't think there's any type of person more imitated than an African American woman. We can see this, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really want to mention her examples that she gave when it comes to the comedy areas, but I will, because I know. Anyway, I won't say anything else. But she said we can see this in comedy and media, men dressing as black women, example, Maya Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, Tyler Perry and them. But also language as well, constantly changing and updating slang.
That's okay. We really want credit for Big Mama.
But we get the point. That she's trying to make. And I think that's the case, man. There isn't many. Is anyone imitated as much as black women in America, man? Black women in America. What do you guys think? Either way, the black woman overall is imitated, man. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I want to give mention another positive for my good brother Tariq as well, right? And he basically said, black women. Let me just start off. his whole thing basically, and he said, "Black women, what the world would be without them cannot even be envisioned for a second." Facts, man. Whether it's their strength, resilience, or their inner beauty, the forever shines through. You know what I'm saying? And these are the positive attributes. Number one, self-respect. She said black women exemplify attributes of self-respect in every part of society. Yeah? They exude grace, strength, and courage. While she respects others, she doesn't please them at the expense of her well-being. You know what I'm saying? So 100%. Big up black women. You know what I mean? Self-respect. You also said something that you mentioned as well, Marks, yeah? Nurturing and compassionate. You know what I'm saying? A great black woman is always filled with selfless love and care. I feel like they consider the needs of others important and sometimes thinks of them ahead of their own. When she's nurturing, she can give your individual needs, she can see your individual needs, at a given moment and know just what to do or say to make you feel better. They act with generosity, they have this desire to be compassionate, and they listen attentively before speaking their mind when giving advice. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, some of the things he mentioned there sounds like an individual thing, but that's his experience. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And
You're listening attentively.
Yeah. Exactly. But it's a beautiful thing that at least, like, with all the black women that you've interacted with, like that's a common theme that you've experienced. So big up the black women for that, 100%. Areas of improvement he mentioned is passive aggressive and lack of conflict resolution. I think this is a good submission. He said at times some can come across with indirect anger and hostility. It sometimes leads to them basically avoiding conflict while not seeing that their actions is now inflicting further damage into the relationship or the discussion. You know what I'm saying? Which makes them sometimes come across as stubborn and dismissive.
Avoiding conflict?
Yeah, well, no, lack of conflict resolution. Yeah. Just basically. So yeah, man. Big up Tariq for that. What was I going to say? There was another one I wanted to read on Instagram, and basically, those were pretty much something that that everyone's kind of mentioned, to be fair. But that was from somebody that said black women 100% resilient and intelligent. So like you mentioned before, Brent. But also she mentioned in the area of improvement, taking accountability.
That was a she?
Yeah.
The man didn't do that?
No, this is from a black woman, man. This is from a black woman. She said, positive attributes, resilient and intelligent, but in the area of improvement, taking accountability. But yeah, man. I didn't want to. I feel kind of conflicted about mentioning this, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. But I feel like it kind of ties in with what Pascal was saying, right? And I feel like some of the women were kind of saying earlier on in the chat, and this is that. I guess this is some of the positive of black women, but also it kind of shows how black men are not necessarily doing what they should be doing. You know what I'm saying? And this is, in terms of the responses I got, right, from last week compared to this week, far more when it came to black men. Far more. Women was out there, you know what I'm saying? The black man, these are the positives. Yes, here, area of improvement, this and the third. But they were talking, you know what I'm saying? When it came to this one now, I got less submissions. You know what I'm saying? I think there was some beautiful, all of them were brilliant submissions, but it was something that came to my mind, didn't it? And I thought, you know what, mate, this is what sometimes they're talking about, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's something that we definitely need to take on board, man. Yes, I believe that black men are there for black women, but I feel like across the board again, this is not us on an individual level, but all of us, if all black men were kind of there for black women like they're there for us, I think the world would be a better place for us. You know what I'm saying? We'll have a better tomorrow, man, a better future. But yeah, big up the black women forever. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, there is no greater representation of God than a black woman, man.
So, based on the sample size, what did you glean from that? Could it be that our audience in the community in which you ask the question,
yeah, No, it wasn't just the community. It was on Instagram as well.
All right.
So most of the people last time, I think, was on Instagram actually.
Yeah.
They gave me responses.
So you expected there to be more comments and submissions from black men than you had from black women the other day?
Not necessarily. But not in comparison to the women. As in, it should be more than what the women gave, but just more than what I got. You know what I'm saying? And so in my mind, I was kind of thinking, mate, is it because it was Sunday? So people, you know what I mean? I was trying to find reasons. I'll be honest with you, and maybe that was the reason. You know what I'm saying? But it was just something that hit me, and I noticed it. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't really feel too good about it. But
I think what would be more interesting is getting a group, let's say of 100 males and 100 females, all black, and then setting them the task of doing this, because you would get 50 and you get 50.
Yeah,
but
that's
the
true.
most important thing is what they actually say, as opposed to who turned up to say such and such. Because factors could be anything. It could be yesterday was hot, everybody was out, didn't see what you did.
This is it.
Do you understand? So I wouldn't read too much into that aspect.
Okay, good.
But yeah, it is interesting.
Before we go, I would like to read out the Queen's contribution, Esther, in the chat. She said, I love the sisterhood of black women. I feel safest around black women. I love how we embrace, we compliment and uplift each other. It feels like we've taken on that responsibility for each other. I think that's definitely a beautiful positive as well. Something to improve, she says, I feel like we're strong, intelligent, and can display amazing strength in so many ways, but we let love break us. We tolerate more in the name of love than we would from anything else. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Good morning, babes.
Morning. So I left the
Not
comment
you, not
in
you
the
focusing on you not coming back, but I hear that.
Yeah, because this is why I left. They said uplift black women. People have turned the comments to how black women are amazing in black men's lives. Are you on crack? One job. Anyway, this is what I love about black women. I love black women's sisterhood. I feel the safest around women. I love how we uplift each other. I think black women, when it comes to our beauty and stuff, like society dictated so much against us. And I see black women intentionally wanting to uplift each other because of how society is treated. And I just think that's such a beautiful sisterhood. So big up black women for that. Area of improvement for me is, I think black women, like you guys, black women are strong, they're resilient, the way they're able to pick up skills, the way they're able to like elevate through life in workplaces, it's absolutely amazing. I just feel like love is like our kryptonite. Is that right? Kryptonite, the thing that breaks you, right?
Black love, not just love.
Yeah.
That's it.
Sorry?
Black love.
Black love, exactly. And I feel that the same way we have strength in every other area of our lives, because women are strong. And I don't really like that compliment because it is giving slavery, like Mark said. Mark's really is for the girls. But I think if we realize strength in love as well, we would get treated better. Like that is the honest truth. I think the standards, like Iman said something about standards as well. Yeah. And I think if we take the standards of how we want to be treated, I think the people that interact with you will have no choice but to level up, because they know they can't get in because these are your standards and you're not budging on them. One thing, I think that we let love, that's the one thing that hurts us, unfortunately. Like I see, because I watch a lot of like dating shows and divorce shows, all that kind of stuff. They're black women who are amazing. I tell you, they're achieving amazing stuff. But when they come on the show, it's like, yeah, he's been doing this to me. And like, it's so weird to see that they're a different person when it comes to love to how they are in every other area of their lives. But that would be my area of improvement. One of my areas of improvement. I also think as well, like black women are very, very smart, very intelligent. Yep. And I think that society's stereotyped women and saying how we act on emotions a lot, which is true. But I think sometimes women as well, we play into it, not realizing the strength that does come from moving off logic. So I would want, if women could, well, that's one area of improvement as well. If women moved off logic more than they did with emotions. But black women are amazing. Black women are beautiful. They show up, they show out. There's just everything, man. Black women are lit.
Facts.
And maybe it is time to start dating white guys, ladies. So there is that.
Let's block that.
Not me, y'all. But yeah, so I had to throw that in there.
Thank you very much.
Have a great show.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. All right, man. That's a good way to end.
All right, then let's get into more headlines, man.
Had the mechanisms in place to ensure a fair vote.
Sorry.
Yep.
The mic was muted.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so nobody heard about Sierra Leone.
All right. I'll start again.
Thanks.
All right. So
Sorry, people.
it's an update.
Sorry, Manuel.
That's right. So this is an update from last week about the election in Sierra Leone, basically where the Sierra Leoneans are awaiting the general election results following a tense campaign. So there was a high turnout with voters speaking to the BBC and telling them that the process overall was smooth despite ballots opening hours late in many areas. There had been concern about potential clashes in the run-up to the vote. And on Wednesday, the main opposition party alleged that one of its supporters was shot dead by police, which the police have denied. Supporters of both main parties have been accused of attacking opponents. Accusations of election irregularities were also thrown on Saturday after the leader of the opposition alleged ballot stuffing and voter suppression in some parts of the country. However, the electoral body had insisted in a press conference earlier this week that they had mechanisms in place to ensure a fair vote. So the voters, for those unaware, are choosing a president, they're choosing MPs and councillors in Sierra Leone. And this is the fifth election since the civil war ended in 2002. The 11-year conflict, unfortunately, man, cost an estimated 50,000 lives. But since then, the country has a tradition of largely peaceful, free, and credible elections. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they'll get the results soon. And yeah, man, we'll see who the next president is. Next thing is some news about some economic news, basically. And this is in Zambia, where the president, Hakainde Hichilema, can finally breathe a sigh of relief as the outlines of a deal which was aimed at lifting his country out of debt has been unveiled. So in 2020, the copper-rich country became the first African nation to default on its debt payments during the COVID pandemic. It was burdened by loans and high interest rates that severely restricted the government's ability to invest in critical social programs and infrastructure development, which, as you guys would know, is both crucial for economic growth. So following months of talks, Zambia has now successfully agreed new repayment terms with its state creditors on up to $6.3 billion debt, including over $4 billion owed to China. So there had been frustrations for Zambia as negotiations had been slow, with some even blaming China for the delay. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Beijing denied it. But the French president, Emmanuel Macron, he apparently played a pivotal role in persuading China to agree. And he came out and pretty much hailed the deal as historic. And it's thought that this particular deal could pave the way for other debt-ridden countries to follow suit. So Mr. Hichilema, who's the president, said on Twitter that the hard work is not over yet. You know what I'm saying? He was just basically recognizing that there's more than $6 billion owed to private lenders, and that still needs to be tackled as well. His election in 2021 was partly based on a promise to tackle the country's financial woes, which was inherited from his two predecessors. you know what I'm saying, Michael Sata and Edgar Lungu, who had allowed Zambia to take on all these significant loans to finance infrastructure projects. So some of the money was invested, but obviously some people believe it was lost to corruption as well, which is probably likely in it. But it's at the moment, again, it looks good in terms of this new deal. I don't know all the specifics yet. Hopefully this is not one of those lopsided things where it kind of benefits China and messes up Zambia down the line. But for the moment, at least, it looks like it's a good thing. But I'm super wary. From when the French president can come out and start talking about this is historic, you know what I mean? The French, we know what they're about, you know what I'm saying? They'll continue to suck the life out of Africa for as long as they can. So I don't really doubt that guy's opinion. Last thing is Uganda. Big up the Ugandans, pardon me. And pretty much the Ugandan government has announced plans to increase the legal age, of consuming alcohol from 18 to 21. So the World Health Statistics 2023 report ranks Uganda among the leading countries for high rates of alcohol consumption. And according to the WHO report, it estimated that Ugandans currently consume 12.2 litres of alcohol per person annually, which is significantly higher than the global average. You know what I'm saying? So one of their doctors, who is the Ministry of Health Commissioner for Mental Health, Alcohol and Substance Abuse, he was speaking to the BBC, Dr. Hafsa Lukwata, and he came out and said that research has shown, that if someone has not taken an addictive substance by 21, they're much less likely to use the addictive substances later in life. There has been a public outcry over substance abuse in young people. So I guess obviously the aim is if we can ban it till 21, hopefully as a whole, the country will obviously reduce the amount of alcohol they're consuming. So yeah, that's it for the headlines.
All right, let's get into People's Journal.
Yeah. All right, people, welcome to the People's Journal, where I give you the news from an economics point of view. There's not much to talk about. Basically, last week we spoke about mortgage holders and how they may be affected by the most recent interest rate hike by the Bank of England. And Jeremy Hunt, obviously, Labour was piling on the pressure, and I read out the 5 points that they were saying that the government should implement to kind of help the situation. It seems like, well, I don't want to say they've taken it on board, but the Chancellor Jeremy Hunt has basically said that mortgage lenders have agreed. They have agreed, the government with mortgage lenders have pretty much to give a 12-month break before repossession proceedings start because of these interest rates. Obviously, some people are going to default. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? The base rate is 5%. So obviously, when people are doing for those people who kind of switch, when their tariffs are basically done and it goes into variable rates and all that type of stuff, it's going to be crazy. And obviously, the best deals right now are all like 6+%. You know what I'm saying? So for those people who can't really afford it, because obviously that may mean for some people an increase of like £500 a month. You know what I'm saying? The government has pretty much agreed with all these mortgage lenders, all these banks, to basically hold off for like 12 months before you start doing the whole repossession thing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you can factor in the fact that it was a lot of these problems were caused by the banks anyway. Next thing is, again, to do with inflation, and this is that Turkey has hiked its main interest rate from 8.5% to 15%. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. So they've increased it by 6.5 points. You know what I'm saying? The other day we were talking about England, the UK increasing it by 0.5. Turkey's increased it by 6.5. You know what I'm saying? But funny thing about it is that a lot of economists were basically saying this is a lot lower than they were actually expecting it to be. So they was expecting it maybe about 10%, expecting a 10% increase. For those who don't know, inflation in Turkey is almost 40%. This is crazy. 40% inflation right now. Yeah, man. So obviously the people over there are really struggling with the cost of living crisis, and hopefully the Turkish leader, Erdogan, can do something and kind of get things under control. And the last thing I wanted to mention is that according to the latest retail figures, a lot of people have been going into the shops, man, and buying new outfits and all that type of things because of the summer, man. More people are buying shorts. You know what I'm saying, Marks?
What are you saying, sorry?
More people are buying shorts, man. Are you one of them?
Buying shorts.
Buying shorts, yeah.
I need to find some.
Okay. Yeah, man. Basically, what they're saying is a lot of people are preparing for the summer, innit? And that's kind of got people back into the shops.
Well, I haven't. You know, like every year I do this year. Summer just catches man slipping, yeah. And then it gets there. You ain't got no summer clothes. That's what happens. It happens to me. So I gotta go through where the summer stuff are, where the shorts are, and go and dig them all out and all the t-shirts and swap the clothes around now. So I've got the right clothes to be wearing. 'Cause everything's just all tracksuits. Too much.
Yeah, man. I think other people basically had that same idea, but they've obviously been there. And basically, what they're saying is, after the sun came out, right from the second half of May, like the sales volumes rose like a lot stronger than expected. And yeah, man, it just seems like it's more positive for people actually going back to the shops to buy certain things and all that type of stuff. Obviously, inflation has kind of been doing this kind of thing, similar type of level up and down and stuff like that. Food sales fell by 0.5%. We spoke about that in May. But yeah, man, prices are still rising, unfortunately. But inflation has kind of started to ease, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like I said before many times, just because inflation is going down doesn't mean the prices necessarily will. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it for the People's Journal.
What are we getting to now? Motivation Monday.
That's it. All right, people. So today's quotes, are taken from some unlikely sources. But I thought, you know what? It doesn't matter who's saying it. What matters is what's been said. And I just thought, hopefully this will be motivational for the people as we start this week. You know what I'm saying? And the first one is by an actor by the name of Bradley Whitford, right? If you lot Google his name, you know who he is. But he basically said this, and I hope everyone takes this on board, right? He said, infuse your life with action. Don't wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Make your own future. Make your own hope. Make your own love. And whatever your beliefs, honor your creator. Not by passively waiting for grace to come down from upon high, but by doing what you can to make grace happen. Yourself, right now, right down here on earth. Next quote, the next two quotes is by somebody called Robert Schuller. He's an old school evangelist. And basically he said, problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines. So people out there, remember, your problems are not stop signs, they are guidelines. And he also said, it's better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing perfectly. It's better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing perfectly. I want to read the first one again, if you don't mind. And basically he says, infuse your life with action. Don't wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Make your own future. Make your own hope. Make your own love. And whatever your beliefs, honor your creator. Not by passively waiting for grace to come down from upon high, but by doing what you can to make grace happen. Yourself. Right now. Right down here on earth. And that's it, man.
All right, then. Hope your Monday motivation went well with you lot. Let's get into more headlines.
All right, people. So, did you know like how big Glastonbury is?
It's like 8 miles long. Like the whole site's about 8 kilometers or something like that. It's big.
It's crazy.
Is it? Is it something like that, isn't it?
I'm not too sure about the actual like measurements like that, right? But what they're saying is, like it can basically fit like 200,000 people on site, and they said that it covers an area of roughly the size of 500 football pitches. That's 500.
It's big, man.
That's ridiculous. If you lose someone there, that's it. You're just not finding them until you go home.
Yeah, that's it. It's over.
It's over. But yeah, man, trigger warning here. And this is some sad news about something that occurred at Glastonbury. This is what hence me mentioning it. Police have said that a man in his 40s has died at the Glastonbury Festival following a medical incident. That's what they're calling it. The Avon and Somerset police said that they were called to part of the site known as the Old Railway Line at 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. The man died at the scene despite the efforts of emergency services. His next of kin have been informed. The death is not being treated as suspicious, but officers are carrying out inquiries on behalf of the coroner. Deaths at the festival, like I just said, which is attended by more than 200,000 people, are uncommon. In 2019, though, a 60-year-old security guard working at the event was found dead in his tent, and his death also was not treated as suspicious. But yeah, man. Next thing is, and again, sad news. A man has died after a hot air balloon, fell to the ground, man.
I tell people I won't go in there, man.
It's crazy. Yeah. Emergency services were called to the Holt Fleet Road, Holt Fleet Road in Ombersley in Worcestershire, at 6:20 in the morning. West Mercia police said they had received a call that a hot air balloon had deflated and fallen to the ground in a field near the village. It said that a man in his 20s was basically pronounced dead by the paramedics, and the Air Accident Investigation Branch are going to be carrying out an investigation. The force said that his family is being supported by specialist family liaison officers, and no one else was injured in the incident. And the last headline is basically somewhat what we talked about earlier, and this is about the weather. And basically, the joint hottest temperature recorded so far in 2023 was hit on Sunday. But conditions are already on the turn, apparently. In Lincolnshire, it reached 32.2 degrees Celsius, which is matching the same height seen in Surrey on the 10th of June. Meanwhile, thunderstorms, lashed certain areas across Northern England, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. And the week ahead also looks much cooler across the UK. According to Thomas Schaefer-Nicker, who's works for the BBC, he said that Sunday's heat marked the end of a current hot spell. So sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but apparently that's the end of this current hot spell. Hopefully we get another one. But he also continued by saying that the end of the month looks considerably cooler, but we're still on course for one of the warmest Junes in the UK since records began. Some parts of England have been experiencing temperatures akin to the Mediterranean for over 2 weeks, and the temperature has consistently been warmer than average across other parts of Europe as well. The Met Office said that Sunday's peak temperature at Coningsby was registered in the same location as the UK's hottest ever day, when last year, 19th of July, they got 40.3 degrees Celsius. So like I was saying, I think July might be even hotter, man. But yellow weather warnings for thunderstorms were in place across much of the north of the country during the afternoon, with many reporting downpours and hail. Hail, But yeah.
I see would it have been yesterday? I see Abdul on his post on his picture in Padef from Manny. It's pissing down with rain.
Crazy.
Like, that place is crazy, blood. I don't know. They must be on like some weather route thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? The maps they must be like slap, because I don't understand how come it just rains there so much. And yesterday was frying. I thought it was hot everywhere, like in Alaska and that. You get what I'm saying? I see the rain. I said, "Oh my god!"
Yeah,
madness.
But yeah, that's it for the headlines.
Right, before we move on, so there's a little bit of disturbance in the chat.
What?
So tomorrow, please listen carefully. Tomorrow, for the first 15 minutes of the topic of the day segment, we are going to open up the lines for all of the men who felt that they weren't able to call in and just focus on the positives of black women without centering black men in it.
Cool.
Also, you can send in via text, via email, any of your submissions for us to read out tomorrow, the first 15 minutes. I don't want to hear a lick if it is we get no submissions or if we get no calls, because y'all are saying that the men didn't do their due, and the men are actually saying that too. The men are saying it too. So I beg you, the first 15 minutes of tomorrow's topic of the day, please participate.
Yes.
God damn.
I thought you had done your thing, man.
Obviously, we didn't hear.
Okay.
But the submissions, apparently, it all sent to the wrong men. Yeah. You're saying we're good, but it's because of what we're doing for you.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you understand?
I see.
And I understand the gripe.
I get it.
I understand the gripe.
I get it. So we needed some girls there, man.
Yes, Star Crew, you can send a voice note.
Good.
All right, then, cool. Let's get into reaction.
Imagine said they wanted to cancel reaction because we didn't do it. Enough justice.
So the men were saying this, yeah?
The women didn't want to hear about football.
Is that what they're
You
saying?
don't deserve football. You don't deserve it. You have not praised us enough.
This is crazy. We gave them their whole segment, just championing Queens. Mad.
But that's kind of what Pascal start off with. This is why men are trash.
Pascal was cooking for them as
He
well.
was.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just hard to find out. That's what he was saying.
Crazy. All right, cool. I'll make this one quick for the girls. There was under 21 Euro action yesterday. Nobody cares about. But Czech Republic beat Germany 2-1. England beat Israel 2-0. Italy beat Switzerland 3-2. And France beat Norway 2-1. That's the under 21 European Championship going on right now. If you don't want some football. In other news, Nicolas Jackson signs for Chelsea. So Chelsea's completed that deal. Medical and that. I believe he had a release clause. It was like 35 million euros. And they've broke it. Personal terms are not expected to be a problem. So, what's they say? Bournemouth agreed a deal to sign Jackson for 22 million in January, but the 20-year-old failed his medical with a hamstring problem. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what they've seen over there, but cool. What's the latest on this Chelsea stuff? The Koulibaly move's been done. Well, we knew that was done anyway, I suppose. You get me? It's been signed, sealed, and delivered for an unclosed fee. I think they're all done. Ruben Neves has been done as well. 47 million switch. Kante's has been signed off as well. And Mendy. It's all happening. So yeah, Chelsea with the big clear out. And our last bit of sports news is Brittney Griner is selected as a WNBA All-Star starter. Interesting. So she must have been cooking. American Brittney Griner has been selected as a starter in the WNBA All-Star Game just 6 months after being released from prison in Russia. Griner, 32, spent 10 months in Russian custody for possessing cannabis oil before being released in a high-profile prisoner exchange in December. She has played 9 times for the Phoenix Mercury in 2023, having missed the entire 2022 season. The All-Star Game takes place in Las Vegas on July. So yeah, big up her. And that is the end of the reaction, ladies. Let's get into Out Ere.
Yeah? I thought you wanted to talk about your bid for Caicedo. I thought United were in for Caicedo.
As a United fan, I don't care about no transfer news. So, I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
We can unpack it or you can talk about it because you can see what's going on.
It's not the same if it is that you don't care about it. It's not the same because Man United is not my team. So, no.
Yeah, sorry to
People
disappoint
want
you
to
United fans, but I'm not going to get excited about any transfers in this window. We're just not involved. We're sitting down on the bench, just watching the game pass us by. You get me? Did you see Chelsea refuse that third bid for Mount?
Yeah. And I see y'all like, all right, we're going for Caicedo then. And then Chelsea was like, wait. We're joking. But that brief memo didn't translate over to the United fans because they started be like, all right, cool, we'll show you who's cooking now. And then they started basically tuning up teams as to what the lineup was going to be like. And y'all were going to cook next year if it is you got Caicedo.
No, forget Caicedo. Anyone who gets Caicedo is going to cook. The kid's only 21. You get me? Anyone who gets him is going to cook.
Man United more than Chelsea. Man United more than Chelsea.
Oh,
we don't know what to expect from Chelsea.
Huh?
We don't know what to expect from Chelsea.
I know to expect good things, man. I think Poch is decent. Poch knows the lay of the land. He's got young players there. He's got good fullbacks that he likes. He's got good midfielders. If you got a midfield of just like Enzo and Caicedo, of course they're gonna cook. They're 100% gonna cook. I don't know what hate you've got in your blood or what you think's going on with Chelsea. Forget everything you know about that. Forget everything that happened the last season. Forget it. Draw a line in the sand and just look at it with fresh eyes and move forward. Don't let that hate in your blood lure you into a false sense of security. We don't know what they're gonna do, but it's not it shouldn't be. It's not bad over there. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, we don't know what's gonna happen. Cool, but it's not bad. They're let them live, man. They're all right. They're all right. I'm not doing that. And I think any team will cook with Caicedo. There's no chance that if United didn't pull the bid out, innit? Yeah. So they're saying the bid's still on the table, innit? So if Chelsea are serious about the Caicedo, then they just let Mount move. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so I'm not putting no stock in it. I'm not putting no stock in no transfers until they're done. And even with the Mason Mount one, they're just being stupid. So it's like, that's not even a big deal. If United are going to show sense, then all right, cool, we just won't bid. And if you don't want him, if you don't want to sell him, we'll just wait, possibly pick him up next year. You never know, we could have moved on by then. But again, that's not really a big deal for me. It's only a big deal is if we go over the odds and pay for it, because I just think he just didn't need to. But Mason's decent, you know. I think we're forgetting because he ain't played in so long and because he was injured and he ain't been in the starting lineup and all that. But I think we're forgetting that Mason's decent. You know, I would like, yeah, which would be funny, just because Chelsea are taking the piss, which is never gonna happen. But if they say, all right, cool, look, take Mason, yeah, and then we get the Mason done, yeah, and then we still go for Caicedo and take him too, you get me? That's what I'd like. Remember, Casado's a United fan. That's his dream, to play for United. I know obviously money and that changes all these people's dreams and
But
things.
you're gonna pay him, so that's not a thing.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't know whether I don't think they got the bread to go for both of them.
I think they do. How much you guys getting on NFL?
They won 40 million, maybe 40.
And I don't even think you've stopped buying or selling.
We ain't started selling.
Precisely. So the suggestion that you wouldn't have the money, you would have the money for Caicedo.
Well, if people
You would
was
make the money for Caicedo.
no, if people was interested in our
With the
players,
with the fans, 100%.
if people was interested in our players, then we would have sold already, didn't it?
I don't know. I think you're going to sell some players.
Yeah, but at what price? Right? Remember, Man United always get fleeced in the market. There's people just mug us. There's a Man United tax when we're buying, and they want to mug man when we're selling. You get me? I don't know the recruitment needs to sort it out. Like, so there's not who. McTominay maybe. You know what? Fred at a cut price. I could see a team wanting to take him as well. And then them other ones, you're just like. There's no like real like. There's no one that anybody wants.
That's
like Marshall's up, bro. Like no one who wants these players. What are these players gonna do?
Dire.
Yeah, it's because they're not good. But man, been telling you this for years.
And you can't be moving on.
We've been telling you like that. We've been overachieving, doing all this stuff
Bring
with
back Greenwood,
with a bad team. You say bring back Mason. That's their decision to make, man. Doesn't make. You keep saying it as many times as you want. Doesn't make a blind bit of difference to me. If they agree to play him,
You make your cook again.
huh?
You make your cook again.
I don't know, man. He was turning up in lockdown, so he was playing in front of like no crowds and Europa and all that. So it was a bit different. He's it's yet to be seen what he could do. Full crowds, you get me, consistently, and then plus with everybody on his back like that.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's
Hope
not.
the best for you guys, man.
Hmm?
Hope the best for you guys, man.
Well, whatever, man. We'll either sell him and get a fee, or we'll play him.
I'm not talking about him anymore. I'm just talking about.
Well, in general,
Yeah, man.
why?
Because you're not excited about this particular window.
Huh?
You're not excited about this window.
Why? What's there to be excited about?
No, the fact that you're not excited is the problem. The fact that you just said there's nothing to be excited about, I feel for you.
Don't feel for us. We're all right. We're selling our team. We've got a good gaffer. We've got decent players. We'll
Oh,
be
you
fine.
just said that the players weren't decent.
No, all the ones that are selling,
want
they're
to
not.
go.
They're not starting. All the ones that we're so they can go. I'm saying the ones that we're going to work around, that we're going to think are decent.
Other than a keeper,
Don't feel bad about us.
What do you think you'll need?
Everything, man.
Okay.
Everything, man. Wingers, midfielders, centre backs, strikers. But don't worry about us, man. We're United. don't worry about us. We're straight. I think the most important thing will be probably just getting the sell over the line, innit?
Yeah.
And all the other stuff. All the other stuff we'll worry about it after.
Yeah, it will, to be honest. I saw a couple of predictions from them YouTube sport talking heads about who's going to be the top 4 or maybe top 6 next year. 2 of them said City, Liverpool, Arsenal. Then it was. Who was fourth? It wasn't even United. Or was it United? It was United.
Mm.
It was United, I think. Or was it Tottenham?
Spurs ain't getting top four.
I think it was United.
There's no chance.
Do you agree with that top four?
Mm-mm.
What would you say?
Liverpool, City.
That's Liverpool winning?
No, just
No, give me the top four as it finishes.
who's gonna win?
Yeah.
Oh no, I need a win though. But I think top four would be Liverpool, City, United.
My friend. So far this window, give me a top four.
What? Who's gonna win the league?
So far, what you've seen of this window, give me a top four.
That's not.
I'll ask you again when it's halfway through, and I'll ask you again when it's finished.
If
It's a valid question.
you ask me,
If nothing changes,
then I think the league's gonna be. I think the league will be same with finish this year.
all right, okay. So still Man City, Arsenal.
No, like the same four, yeah, like up there. I don't know. Arsenal will probably be like fourth or fifth. But it'll be the same four up there. If I'm wrong, then I'm going to be wrong. But it's so funny to me that you sort of think because of this, what happened this season, that you are going to be like up there next year.
No, it's
proper. It's proper
not-
hilarious
it's
to me almost.
the lack of consistency with your particular take.
Right?
If you say that if nothing changes, then it should be the same as last season.
The same four.
And then I said, all right, tell me. You said Man City. And when you realize, wait, me saying the same would mean Arsenal second.
No,
but
because
I
you're
can't do that.
You're talking
So
about.
let me say fourth or fifth.
No, I'm not talking about order. I said it would be the same four.
I specifically asked you for order.
Yeah, but I can't give you an order. I don't think that's fair now because like, what we say, City's going to win. It don't make sense. Nothing hasn't changed. Nothing hasn't moved along. The season just finished. Nothing hasn't moved along. So why would you go and look about next season? Nothing hasn't moved along. Nothing at all. Not on any team. Not Arsenal, not City, not Chelsea, not Liverpool.
If during the season you were making your predictions, you can make the prediction even before the season begins.
Yeah, but what's the point if nothing's changed?
No, it's just the point of answering the question.
Yeah, but there's no point. Nothing's changed, bro.
Precisely. So that's why I asked you, if nothing has changed, then it will be the same, wouldn't it?
Okay.
Based on your reasoning.
So, but what's that mean?
No, when you then went to walk through it, you're like, I can't say that Arsenal's going to finish second. So let me say they will finish fourth or fifth.
No, it wasn't about that. I said to you, I said it's going to be the same as the top four. I don't think Arsenal are going to finish second again. Even if it stayed the same now, I still don't think you're going to finish second. I don't think you're challenging next year, bro.
I'm not even interested in this conversation anymore.
Okay, cool. But you ain't challenging next year, and I think you'll have more. I think you'll have enough about you to get top four. But we'll see what happens with Champions League and all that. You get what I'm trying to say? But if I had it, if I was gonna go out on a limb.
Don't bother going out on a limb.
I was going to go out on a limb, I'll say you finish like fifth or sixth.
Who goes out on limbs? Forget about that.
I'll say you finish like fifth or sixth. But again, that could change with the window. You've got more. There's more weeks to go. You've got more building to do. You get what I'm trying to say? Timber ain't come yet. You get what I'm saying? So that could all change.
Is it?
It could.
If timber comes, does it change things? That's what you just said, by the way. See, that's what you implied. So
no, I'm saying more people.
Don't go on and say no, you didn't.
I'm saying more people. I'm not saying just one. You got more people to buy. Huh?
Who was?
You don't need any midfielder. Rice.
If Rice comes in, Timber comes in, where do we finish?
Top four, definitely.
Thanks.
Yeah, you definitely get top four.
Cool.
Yeah, if Rice and Timber come in, you'll definitely get top four. 100%. Probably you won't win though. You're never gonna win the league, but you're never gonna win it again. Sorry, but yeah, you'll get top four though. Definitely, that's 30. You'll get top four if Rice and Timber come in. 100%.
If nothing changes for United, they definitely still finish top four, right?
What, and other teams make improvements?
Yeah.
No, definitely no.
Oh, okay.
No, there's still a lot of the window left to go. So if the other teams trying to make strong improvements, there's like 6-7 teams vying for that spot, bro. So you got to keep on. So yeah, if Man United don't make no improvements and nothing changes, they're not guaranteed top four. No way.
I hear that.
It's tough, man.
It's tough, isn't it? That's why I said it's dire, and I feel for you.
Why?
Because y'all haven't made any purchases yet.
Yeah, but we're United, bro.
To be honest, we haven't made any purchases yet either.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. But we're United.
Hold up, let me give some horns.
Yeah, go on, go through. It's not working. That's not on.
Water always always finds his level, innit?
Facts. You get me? This ain't like no Arsenal issues. Any United fans in the chat or whatever, like there's like that'd be from a place of like lack of knowledge for you feeling
Lack
like
of
that.
knowledge, man.
There's no reason for you to feel like that.
No
Anyway, like
reason at all.
we ain't scared. We're fine.
Not scared at all.
No, because think about your history of life. Think about your life history through football. When have we not been alright?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
peaks and troughs, ups and downs, whatever. But when have we not been alright?
100%.
So you've only got the sample size to go off. So there's no reason for you to doubt what I'm saying.
No reason. None.
So it's United. I mean, Arsenal, that's a bit different.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's Arsenal, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Obviously, it's United.
It was
It's
really
Arsenal.
It was really interesting seeing the interest from United fans online when the whole Chelsea have rejected the third bid. Oh, now United's in for Caicedo. Like everybody was gassed.
Caicedo was better than Mount. Would prefer Mount. So why wouldn't they be gassed?
Oh, 100%. I don't think they're playing the same position anyway.
It doesn't even matter.
No, but what I said was that I was very interested in the response. Hence me saying, when you come on today, I'm going to ask you about it. But you're like, yeah, I'm not even bothered with that.
I don't care about nothing, but I'm saying them fans can. Why would you be surprised that fans are excited that we could potentially get Caicedo? Why would that surprise you? Caicedo's cold, so I don't get your point that you're making.
No, I think it was because I can kind of see as to why that particular news would drop, and it wouldn't actually be like kind of rooted in actual fact.
Oh, okay.
But then the fans just went on like it was.
Yeah, but this is what fans do.
Okay.
Look at Arsenal. Look at the stuff Arsenal fans have been saying online.
As you said, we are delusional and we like doing that kind of stuff. I didn't know that was what United fans were also into.
Football fans are
Fickle creatures.
all of them. They're all alike, innit?
All right. So, yeah.
Still tribal creatures. That's what they're all doing. They're all alike. So you can't blame the fans for getting excited.
And you did say that Caicedo was a United fan.
He said it out of his own mouth.
But you said it to me. I didn't know that he said it out of his own mouth.
Yeah, no, I'm giving you information.
Parroting it.
Yeah, he said it out of his own mouth. He's definitely a United fan. He said he would love to follow the footsteps of Antonio Valencia.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah. United legend.
And you get what I'm
And
saying?
you did say, oh, I would love if we get Mount and we then went for Caicedo.
That's just because
I know you don't want to dream, but it sounds like you
that's just
want to dream a bit.
no, that's not because of that's like my ideal midfield. That's just because Chelsea are being rude.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's because Chelsea are being rude and stupid.
You can say, all right, we'll show you rude and stupid.
That's my logic behind it. You are being rude and stupid, so let's just show you. Let's just go get both of them. But they're not gonna do that. But that's why I would love that, because I think I don't understand the audacity to reject that bid is ridiculous, and especially when all the noise coming out of it is that Mount saying he's not signing with you. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? And like yeah, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. He's got a year left. That's the peas, man. That's how much they paid for Sterling with a year left. 50 million, isn't it? 50 million, 55. Like, that's the bread, man. Like, he was a top player then as well, man. They're just being rude. So because they're being rude and stupid, I want United to be rude and stupid too. That's all it is. That one will probably still get done, because if they're serious about Caicedo, then they should just let Mount go, innit? Because if not, I'd be happier with Caicedo than Mount. Of course.
So why not park the Mount stuff and just go in for Caicedo? Wouldn't you like that for United?
I don't know what the Mount. He's like Mount from when he's been in Holland. He was trying to get Mount on loan out there from, I think where did he go, FC20 or something like that, or Utrecht or something. I can't remember where he went, but Mount was banding it up there, and Ten Hag's like Mount for a little while. So maybe it's just a personal preference thing. Because even from the outside looking in, you're thinking, why are these like, what is this? What's this whole Mount? Like, why are they so on him for? He's a good player to have, though. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't get. It's like after Mount, there's not even like no, say maybe Onana, and that's even up in the air because they don't know what they're doing with the guy. You get me? It's just like Mount and Onana, really any like proper like.
So far.
But then just like there's nothing else. I don't know what's going on, and that's why I'm not really bothered. That's why none of it really matters until they sell the club. Really, like, so let them just sell the club and just do what they're doing. I ain't taking no stock in none of this stuff. If we get Mount, cool. If we get Onana, cool. I'd prefer to get a goalkeeper over the line first, like, because I think we definitely need one. You get me? Like, definitely need one. And obviously a striker and that as well. There's bare things, bro. I don't think United are screwed, man. They can't concentrate. They can't concentrate right now.
You're United, man.
That's why we'll be all right, but we can't.
Precisely. You're not screwed.
No, this window, not screwed in perpetuity. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, just this window here. You get me? We'll be all right. But yeah, they got to get that sell done. They got to get that sell done. It's just a myth. No one's not even buying players. You get me? So if players was going out the door in the meantime while all this was going on, then you could be a bit more confident that we're But it's like, what are you not waiting for? What's the sequence of events that you need to wait for to start getting these men out the door? Like, why ain't it happening? Or does that mean the interest just ain't there? No one ain't bidding for your players, and that's even harder to get rid of. You get me? So again, this whole transfer window there's nothing there, man. United fans wake up every morning, go and check the timeline, check the news. There's nothing there, man. This ain't for us. This ain't for us right now. This transfer window ain't for us. It's for you lot. You get me?
Oh man, I'm sorry, man.
It's all right, man. Told you, don't be sorry for me, man. We good.
Sorry, bro.
We good over here. And we'll probably finish above you lot next season anyway.
Yeah.
The way things stand now, if you don't ever bought another player and we never bought another player, I think we'll finish above you lot next season.
Because history dictates that, right?
Does it? How many times did you finish above us in the last, how long? This is the first time in enough long, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But based on what it is that you saw last season, it's definitely going to be the case that you'll finish above us.
Yeah, but we're not going to see that again from last season. Why do you think?
No, but you need to make your mind up.
You ain't gonna be as good as you was last season.
We're a year more experienced with the team that we had.
I get your logic. We've gone
And
through this. I understand why you're saying
I don't think you do.
Huh?
I don't think you do. For the fact you said just now, if it is that we add Timber and Rice.
Oh no, but I said if you don't sign anybody else, just have it. I don't mean.
So you're saying if it is that we don't sign anybody else, we would finish below Man United.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Havertz don't do it.
Okay.
Havertz don't get it done.
Okay.
I could probably.
You know, I'm really excited about Havertz now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Doing a lot of research on Havertz, man.
Bruv,
And the
YouTube
fact that
clips.
he's replacing Xhaka, I'm so excited.
You sure he's not going to play in that false nine for Jesus and that rotation? Him and Dash two strikers.
But he can. This is the problem. I mean, this is a good thing. He can. And then slipping in Trossard for Xhaka in that sense. Yes, I like it. Because we are going to be in Europe now, right? We're taking the FA Cup seriously. I like that we have a squad now that's weightier than last year. This is good news.
Yeah, that's what it's about, building up a big squad. You know what I'm trying to say? That's definitely what it's about.
With quality.
With quality. And going into Europe, you're going to need them.
Yeah, I'm excited about Havertz, man. Because like I said, I haven't watched him a lot, but the research I did on the weekend, he's good, man.
YouTube clips are dangerous, you know?
No. I'm saying that the environment in which he'll be playing in also,
Yeah.
I think it'll be much more profitable than And you know what? For footballers, if you feel good, you play good.
I think Havertz is decent. I just don't know how it works. But
I am willing to find out. Looking forward to it.
You don't think you challenge for a trophy next year?
Challenge? I think we will challenge for a trophy, yeah.
No, the title, I mean, the league.
I think so. Liverpool, whew, yeah, and I think they're going to cook next season, right?
Yeah.
So it'll be Liverpool, Man City, and Arsenal all cooking. I don't see Chelsea.
Yeah.
I don't see United yet because, like I said, I'm not seeing you all doing anything different.
Yeah. Don't see Newcastle.
No, I don't see Newcastle. Even though I see Newcastle as in turning up on a day for many different teams, but I still don't see them as there. Not like how I see Liverpool. Not like how I see City. And I would love for them to prove me wrong next year.
So you see it as Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
I see it as City.
Yeah.
It's between Arsenal and Liverpool. It's gonna be a tough one.
Oh, so you say City, you see City run away with it, and you see
I don't see them running away with it.
Okay, not run away with it, but I'm saying you would.
I even think that they're going to be losing some points that they they didn't lose this year because Liverpool's back and Newcastle is there. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Brighton. Aston Villa, Aston Villa is going to cook. Aston Villa is going to cook. They're going to take some points off some teams. And Arsenal are going to cook. So Man City are going to drop some points.
So you're saying you're not worried about the Brightons, the Brentfords?
I'm always going to be worried about those games, but not in a sense where I fear that we will lose them. I'm more confident going into them this year because they've lost a couple players, right? And I don't know what the replacements are saying yet. So I'm confident going in those particular games. But 100%, I see Arsenal still up there. I didn't say winning it, but 100% vying for those top 3 positions. And it's going to be very close. Like it's going to be like a needle or a hair between the 3 of them, the 3 big dogs.
Okay, well,
We're going to start setting a new water level.
I will say this, yeah. I don't see it. But you see, if I'm wrong, then I think Arteta could finally be given the mantle as a decent manager. Like, you get me?
So not yet. The fact that he's brought the culture and the spirit back, the fans are back in the stadium singing, that alone is good for any team, to be honest. Because you can now look through our team and you can see viable players that would court interest from other teams.
You got to do it for me, man. A lot of players come into the league, sometimes top players come into the league and we see them, like Kevin De Bruyne's, David Silva's, one-on-one, first year, second year, third year. Like, we see them for who they are, yeah?
Yeah, consistency.
But you can't give them that mantle until they arrive, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? Arsenal fans with Arteta, you have tried to give him the mantle and he hasn't arrived. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's not better than Brendan Rodgers. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's not better than these men that have won things, these men that have done things, built up teams and played in the league. Like, he's not better than these gaffers. He can't be because he's new. But because of the good job that he's done or whatever that last season, you don't want to. He can't take the mantle until he proves it. Like, he hasn't arrived. He's not there yet. He's got potential. He's all right. He's good, but he's not there yet. There's bare gaffers that are better than him just because of facts, because of their careers. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's difficult to use that as a measure if you're just based it on careers. A lot of managers that are better than others who have won or bare things in the past, you be like, but they're better because they've won stuff. I hear that. But in this particular present day, they can't basically translate that to the modern game. That's a different question.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So now you've got to do it in it. Potential's got
100%, and I agree.
You get me?
You need to win trophies at this particular stage to be cemented into that particular conversation. I agree.
And I think even if he went next year, but didn't win a trophy, but had a similar year,
you would then say, all right,
to like what he's had,
cool.
I would say, okay, you are onto something. This is a top gaffer. You get me? I don't see that happening next year.
All right. So what you were suggesting or implying is that there is going to be a catastrophic drop in everything that you've seen so far from Arteta and his team.
When you use words like catastrophic, you know what I'm trying to say? That.
Well, to not measure up to that particular baseline in which you've just said, where you would, or Arteta would qualify for your admiration, it needs to be a catastrophic drop. It can't be anywhere near it, because then you'd be like, fair enough. Football's football. Anything can happen in any given season. But this, I could see the level has been consistent.
It's not catastrophic. It's because you have been performing above and beyond. So what that drop would be seen as catastrophic is not really. It's just what was expected. It's just inevitable.
You're talking to my point. You're agreeing with me here. Do you understand? If you're saying Arteta's already cashed in far more than he should have been able to, if he's even able to be up there in the 3, you're going to give him his kudos, because bloody hell. 100%.
Do you honestly see that happening?
As us, I don't see us dropping out of the top 4. 100%. And I believe the top 4 is going to be squeaky bum. The level of football in this particular league has risen. It has risen. So, yes, I do see that happening. 100%. I don't see us getting us dropping off tremendously, right? And as you said, we overperformed and excelled right? So any sort of drop, it would need to be catastrophic for me to say, oh, that was a fluke. I don't see us dropping like that. I see us being consistent. Now that we're 1 year with this team and we're adding, we're bolstering. Sorry, I can't. I'm a football man. I watch Arsenal. So no.
I hear you. Well, we look forward to it, man.
Yeah, something mad will have to happen. Like mad. Even in us removing Partey, he was a very important cog. So even suggesting a like for like, that's why I could understand the Rice thing, because he's consistent. You know what you will get from him. And he is injury kind of free. You're not going to get him injured left, right, and center. So in that sense, there's going to be a continuation of solidity in that particular space. Now, you know full well that we lost out Tomiyasu, and that affected us massively. Saliba, massively. Saliba's back, Tomiyasu's back, and we're getting Timber. In my head, you're thinking about what may happen. Do you understand? So I'm only seeing good, positive. Then Kai, my friend Kai. Kai. I believe I'm going to see something that I would never expect in that front line there. And still, I want Jesus to be injury-free for the entire season. I want him to cook and basically prove you guys wrong.
He can't stay injury-free for the whole season. That's impossible.
I hope he does.
I'll put money on that. He can't do that.
I saw you kind of peddling your plug on Twitter. You got some good uptick?
I've just been contemplating it. I haven't gone through it. I talk out loud sometimes.
Oh,
You get
okay.
me?
But I saw people saying, "Set me up."
Yeah, they think they want me, but
Okay.
I could have to weed out people that say it's for serious
Okay.
people.
But still keep on showing your wins. And also show your losses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Luis is probably you're off in it.
Who loses?
Yeah, man. He's consistent.
He's not my up. He's just a hater. That's not.
The definition of it in the dictionary.
Yeah, like, that's not that to me
Just
personally.
twist up mouth.
Yeah, that's not to me personally. Like he's just got hate in his blood, innit? He can't help it. So
I actually want you to deploy this and be Baden just for Loon to be like, oh crap. I shouldn't have hit it from a silence. I should have been involved in this.
Also, you don't listen to things. I don't understand why you don't listen to anything Loon says. Like me and Loon have had conversations in private that are different for the stuff that he does online. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So I just ignore him.
So he's got in the hang of his this content game then.
Maybe, yeah, definitely. He chats shit. He just chats
So you
shit.
said he
innit?
taught Mizzy how to Mizzy. That's what you're telling me.
He talks shit because Loons would get this thing that he's talking about. That the comment that he made. He's well on getting involved in it. So he's just showing off. You can't listen to people online.
All right, cool. All right, thank you.
All right, then let's get into Out Ere. You should have got Joel Bellingham.
Is he wavy though?
I ain't seen him, I want to know.
Then what was it? What does this mean? What does this mean?
I was just thinking you couldn't get Jude, so you should just get Joel Bellingham. I don't even know where the guy plays.
So you know nothing about him.
He bet with Job. No. No, he could be a goalkeeper for all I know. I don't know. Where's Joe play? What have we got for this week's Out Ere? None of these are new.
Last one.
Oh, okay then. Let's unpack this then, if that's what you want to do.
There's not much to it, to be fair. It's just a video.
But I saw Lippy arguing with people online about the stuff that stemmed from this video. So basically, it's been Pride Month, and then they're campaigning and marching and doing all that stuff that they're doing. And then that video went around where they're chanting, we're here, we're queer, and we're coming for your children. You get me? Mm-hmm. And that was going around online. I've seen people up in arms about it. It also, and then there was another video going around where there was in like a water fountain thing, or like, you seen like
I haven't seen that
they're
one, yeah.
playing with water. I think it's more Pride stuff, and then they're saying like it's for adults and children and clothing's optional, innit? You get me? So then like there's adults there, NACO and whatever, and then there's the kids about. Like I said, I see Lippy getting into argument with people because basically, like a lot of people share the sentiment that this stuff's all weird, isn't it? Like, why do you want to be naked around kids for and tear? But then they're trying to come for him and try and do what they always do and just say he's being homophobic. You get me? Kind of thing. And it's like, how can me saying I don't want adults naked around kids turn to homophobia? You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know what's going on with all this stuff, man. I try not to get involved in it because it's just annoying me. I think this where they running around chanting "We're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children." That kind of is that like sarcasm? Is that because of the narrative that gets painted about there and about the homosexuality and the kids and the education and whatnot? So is that chant about?
What do you think?
Huh?
What do you think? Because sometimes things happen in our space and we are forced we are asked to think critically about the message that we are getting vexed over. This particular thing, seen as we innately think critically, what do you think it is?
I think it probably is. I probably think it probably is the sarcasm and stuff like that, but it's poor taste, don't it?
Right?
Yeah.
Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Okay. It probably is.
Yeah,
literally.
it probably
That's what
is.
you're saying about us? All right, cool. We'll see
Yeah,
it.
we're here, we're queer, we're coming for your children.
We'll
You're
see
so
it.
scared. Yeah, so it's done in sarcasm. Probably for to point hold a mirror up to society and point out the fact of the stupidity. But I believe it's done in poor taste. Honestly, I mean,
Because of what it looks like on the tin.
basically, I just don't want to hear this shit, innit? Like, I mean, like, regardless, like, what do you mean? Like, whose children are you coming for? What are you gonna do to them when you get them?
Said, who's children?
No, but
Yeah, but you're now following the particular promise or threat, and but that's you saying nah. I think it's just tongue in cheek. You're just using that to basically say, all right, cool. If that's what it is you're thinking we're doing, yeah, we'll use it in a chant. So don't follow through with it.
why not?
Because if it is that you believe they don't mean what you want to follow through with, don't follow through with it.
No, because I also said it's done in poor taste.
Yeah,
Like,
so we
poor
know
taste.
what the poor taste is.
Exactly. So it's like
So
that's
you know detailing the poor taste.
Yeah.
Go on. Who's children? Who's children? And what are you gonna do with them? Go on.
Yeah,
Go on.
like, what are you gonna do with these kids? What are you gonna do with my kids? Like, bruh, some people don't have. Some people ain't gonna take the time out to
And suppose they then say, we're going to educate them,
educate them to what?
as in what society looks like.
I don't need that. I don't want my kids to have the education. If their education is if you not being naked and dancing around in water around my kid, I don't need to educate my children. I didn't educate my children. You get me? I don't need this. I don't need this. You get me? This is you lots. I'm not.
Have you seen the video, right?
Yeah, but was that particular incident of the chanting with the nudity and the children around?
Nah.
It wasn't. It
No,
really
this
wasn't.
is different.
Don't
They're
conflate
different.
it.
They're different episodes. As I said, these are videos that was going around at the same time. I'm not saying it's the same.
No, it's only because you said what you said just now when it is that you've now stopped them and asked them, who's kids? And they say, we just here to educate them. And you're like, no, I don't want to see my children around the nakedness. They're two different scenarios. Here.
No, it's not, because the education is going to be the openness. That still speaks to the education that they're showing you. The openness is fine. All this stuff's
but
all right.
the
It still speaks. It still speaks
openness
to it.
isn't- no.
Nope, it does. It still speaks to it. This is
how
Usopp's
is it
mantra.
finished?
This is Usopp's mantra. This is what you are on, innit? How can it not speak to it? When you're going to come and educate them, you're going to educate them right by the fountain, nakedness.
You see?
You know what I'm trying to say? What are you talking about?
I didn't know you were going to go here. I didn't know. Initially,
But play the video.
I know. No. I understand what you're saying, but I could also see how you're conflating it. Do you understand? And I'm not even suggesting that they aren't like nefarious actors within that same movement that would want the children in the manner in which it is you're suggesting that they don't want the children, right? All these things can be true. But in my head, I don't believe they would go on public TV and you stopping them and asking them, what are you going to do with the children? They would then say, we want to basically keep them around nudity and get them used to this because we want them to all be mad and they stand at some early age. They would never say that.
You'd be surprised which one. I think it would depend which one you caught on camera, bro.
I just told you there will be bad actors there, but they would never admit it. Don't tell me that that's what they were opening up and say because the entire movement will be branded that particular person, as you're doing now. So don't tell me that.
All right, play the video for it, man.
I'm not playing the video.
Why?
Have you sent me the video?
It's the
It's the links in the doc.
Sorry.
No, it's the. It's
So
the,
you provided it.
It's
Let
the
me-
grey one.
Let me play it. Is it blurred out? The nudity?
No, I don't have that one. I
Oh,
didn't
no,
have
no,
that
it's
Oh,
one.
you have the
China.
raw.
No, no. Go for big man.
Okay, which one is it?
No, this is the queer hair kids come and
Okay.
get you one.
There were different chances as well, innit?
Oh, that's the only one I saw. You know,
Nah, in that same clip, they were. He had two different chants? What?
As in the same. Yes.
Shopping over, not gonna stop it. But there are two different chants there. Don't tell me you can only hear the children bit.
Yeah, but the main.
You
thing
really
is,
want to hear the
No,
children
no.
bit.
But the main thing is definitely they come for the children.
That's what is 100%. That's what the people, the men, before they moved over to the women, and women were saying shopping or stop it. I don't know. But anyway, I understand what you all feel about this.
Yeah, these people are insane. 100%. Because they don't make the thingy. They don't give it a good name, man. This is Pride Month. Yeah. How can I say I? Obviously, it's not my month, innit? So I can't really talk. You represent. You don't know what I'm trying to say, innit? But yeah, let me stop there.
No, land, man.
No, don't land. They don't need to land.
No, what I was gonna say is basically, if this is my month, I'm trying to put my best foot forward. You know what I'm saying? And trying to get people to sympathize with the movement, because I feel like that's at least one of their aims, isn't it? I've never looked at their, their aims and objectives, but I feel like at least one of their things would be to get the wider public to sympathize with their plight and understand it more. When you're out here demonstrating in the streets, talking about you coming for the kids, what are we doing here? This is insane. These people are animals, man. So, yeah. Anyway.
Sorry, Mr. John Rambo, what argument am I making that makes zero sense? I beg you, tell me.
Call in, Rambo.
Please, call in. What argument do you think I am making? Because I'm just responding to Marx's done here. The number is in the description, 0756484173.
It's tough, man. It's tough, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. You're not calling in, John?
No, it's delayed, so...
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, man, this whole thing, man, everybody's within their rights to campaign and stuff. Like, I get it, like, it's equality, it's what we're going for. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, but I don't know, man, the way the whole movement's just like almost like weaponized and stuff, it's just I don't know, man. It's like what E-Man said, isn't it? Like, you would probably, like, outwardly, you would want to put out a message that's going to bring people together. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I would expect. And instead of just doing things that are like seem like you're antagonizing people. Like, do you get what I mean? It's just confusing to me. I just don't understand. But
And especially when it is you involve children.
This is it.
yeah.
People already conflate the whole, you know what I mean, the pedo stuff with the homophobic stuff, and you know what I'm trying to say? They do it all the time. And you're out here openly talking. And look how many times we've seen on the news about how people are saying, yo, they're trying to bring certain things into the schools. And you're out here laughing and grinning, talking about we're coming for the kids.
All right, but honestly, right, you've seen the other video, haven't you?
Yeah.
I've seen the other video of them, and I saw the blurred out one, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, and it obviously did its wrongs, because why wouldn't you have this do its wrongs, right? Because what you're seeing here is madness. But when it is that you hear them saying children, do you associate that with exactly what you've seen in the other image?
No.
So when you hear the children bit, what do you hear?
Just nonsense.
No, I know that you... Man, when you hear them say they're coming for the children, what do you picture they mean?
I feel like, obviously, I feel like there's a part of it, a small fraction of it, right, that I feel is them kind of feeding into what they think our concerns are, i.e. basically they think our concerns are ridiculous about the kids thing. But personally, the bigger thing of it is I think they mean they're going to come in the schools. They're going to come into all areas of life where you feel like you want to control your kids and keep them away from, you know what I mean, what they're trying to push. And we're going to sleep in there. And wherever your kids are at, we're going to expose them to our lifestyle.
Now, 100% I agree with what you're saying, right? But this might be a false equivalency, but I just need to basically put it in front of you so you understand how other people on the other side would be seeing what you're seeing, right? Let's just say it was black people marching and saying, we're coming for your children. And that meant the same as we're going to hit the schools and make your white children know that we aren't like animals and this is what society is like or should be like, this annex. Would you have the same feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Why are you bringing people's kids involved for? What do you mean you're coming for our children? I don't like this message.
No, if it was black people marching for their right to be
because
acknowledged as human beings?
I wouldn't feel that way,
No,
but
wait,
I could understand how
I
a
need
white
you-
person
wait, I need you to
would
focus
feel.
on the question. I need you
What
to
I'm trying to
focus-
say is maybe I'm not, but I could understand how a white person might feel exactly how I feel about hearing that with the. You know what I'm trying to say?
Kids.
With the kids, I might not feel like that because I might not get the message, but I'm not going to begrudge or I'm not going to pretend to be confused about any white person who feels some type of way about hearing that, about what they're saying. When you bring kids involved and children and that kind of stuff, I would expect the same responses. Because what you're doing, like what's your message got to do with our kids? I don't give a shit what you're talking about. When you're talking about not everybody's going to do critical thinking, innit? When you unpack it and all right, cool, you might have something, but just on the surface, when you're going around in mass and chanting these things, people just hear what they hear, innit?
Yeah.
I said again, so your messages might be right, but I just believe it's done in poor taste.
Now, I hear what you're saying. You've acknowledged that you could understand why there is vexation. So in that sense, you've been consistent on both examples. But with one of the examples, you would say one particular band of protesters are in the right and the other are in the wrong. Am I correct?
What's they protesting for? For equality?
Yes.
then-
To be
then
seen.
No, none of them is in the wrong then. Everybody's right.
Okay. All right. So
No, but
What?
if
I'm
it's for equality-
not. I don't care what they're protesting about. What, like, they need to get. They should be able to get everything they want. I'm talking about the way they're doing it.
this started with Emmanuel. I asked Emmanuel a question. So because I now see you're consistent. Either which way, that's the
Alright,
line
cool.
you're going with, the verse you're going with. I know what to expect from you.
All right, cool.
But Emmanuel, in my head,
Yeah.
again, you can correct me if I'm wrong, you don't want that form of education in the curriculum. As opposed to, when the example I gave, which might be a false equivalent. I understand that
It's
you might
definitely
say
a false
that.
equivalent, but it's okay. Go on.
All right. But in certain people's minds, that's exactly what they would think because one part of society is being ostracized and one isn't. Do you understand?
I get, yeah, but I get why people have certain views all the time. But I also understand that a lot of the time, certain people's views are just wrong. So I understand that you have a view. You know what I'm saying? But
What's the wrong view here? Because you said certain views are wrong. What's the wrong view here?
the wrong view here is that if I think it's okay for you to teach children that every child, as a human being, black, white, yellow, whatever you may be, right, we're all the same. I think it's wrong to start telling children, right, that you are this, you are this, you are that, without parents' consent. I don't think parents need consent to tell them that this particular child shouldn't be treated like 3/5 of a human being. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so
That's
you're
how I
also
see it.
saying that you are consistent across the board?
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's keep it that way. Let's keep it that way so everybody knows all over here there's no opic. Obia. None of it. I just wanted to point out everyone here is on the same wavy plane. All right, cool.
Yes.
Who should we give that here to?
To these lot. You can't. Why? You remember? Again, this might be a silly example, right? But look at was it Pusha T and Drake? Right? When they had their beef, right? Pusha T's excuse for like going hard at Drake, right, was because he said he mentioned his fiance's name.
Yeah.
Just her name made him start exposing the guy's son and this all types of, just by mentioning, not saying his fiance is this or that, apparently just mentioning her name, right? These are saying we're coming for your children. You know what I'm saying? It's different to me. You know what I'm saying? We're not just saying we're coming for your children. If I'm a parent at home and my child is in the school and I see these like walking past my child's school, what are we doing there? You know what I'm saying?
I am not going to push.
All right.
I've heard you. Let's keep it moving.
All right then, man. Well, yeah, man. I just think protesting better taste. Definitely done it here.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into our actual.
All right.
That was an interesting show.
It was indeed.
Thanks to everybody that got involved, took part in the conversations. Make sure you are liking the videos. I don't know what the count's on at the minute, but I'm hoping it's healthy. What's the count on,
It is
Brent?
204.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But yeah, man. All right, cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, man. We'll be here same time, same place, but similar time. We'll see you in the morning, man. Peace.
Later.
Peace.